And we check the WTIC forecast.
A very pleasant Monday afternoon across the area with sunshine, dry and comfortable conditions. Temperatures in the upper 70s and low 80s, low humidity. Fairly light wind, picks up a little bit from the south to about 10 miles an hour or so by this evening. Tonight, partly cloudy, low near 60. Increasing cloudiness tomorrow, also increasing humidity. And there'll be some showers at times by tomorrow afternoon, even the chance for a thunderstorm, high 75 to 80. Unsettled and muggy Tuesday night. Showers at times, chance for a storm, low 65 to 70. Partly sunny, warm and humid Wednesday with the chance for a shower or thunderstorm. Highs in the low 80s to about 85. Thursday looks mostly sunny with lower humidity and a high around 80. I'm meteorologist Bob Cox in the WTIC Weather Center.
82 degrees, sunny now. In sports, Red Sox and Orioles at Fenway. The Red Sox have won 13 straight games. Pre-game 6:10 on WTIC. Yankees and Pirates in New York, the Mets in Milwaukee. For more, check out WTIC.com. I'm Dave Mager, WTIC 1080 News.
I'm Tom Tierney from the Green Cremation. When my family started this company, we wanted to give Connecticut families a kinder, more sustainable choice. Our water-based process, known as aquamation, is a gentle, flame-free alternative that eliminates smoke, fumes, and toxic emissions. It's a natural, peaceful way to return your loved one to the earth while protecting the planet for future generations. As Connecticut's only provider, we're honored to help families make a difference, one farewell at a time. Visit thegreencremation.com to learn more or pre-plan today.
Fire up the grill, leave the slider open, and gather on the patio. Summer is for outdoor cooking. We'll handle the kitchen inside. At Dean Cabinetry, we design kitchens that are built around how you live every day. So when you step back in this fall, everything looks and flows just right. Because summer doesn't last forever, but a great kitchen does. Dean Cabinetry, your kitchen cabinet partners from start to finish.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Money, sponsored by LendSeek.
Nothing can ruin a friendship quite like money.
We actually see that happen all the time.
Financial planner Shane Gornick says the resentment and shame over money that's never paid back could sink a friendship.
The drama and awkwardness about getting paid back.
Clear communications and expectations are key.
Ultimately, it is a judgment call, but a big part of it is you never want to lend more than you can afford to lose.
I'm Rob Hart.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Escape to casual luxury at Margaritaville Resort Cape Cod, the perfect island-inspired getaway in the heart of Hyannis, Massachusetts. Families will love making waves at Fins Up Water Park, while couples can slow down at the Saint Somewhere Spa. Pure tropical bliss. And when the sun goes down, savor coastal flavors and ice-cold drinks at Landshark Bar and Grill. Whether you're chasing thrills or chill, your slice of paradise is waiting. Book your escape today at MargaritavilleResortCapeCod.com.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
Hey, yo! Hey, shh. Calm down. The show is about to start. Reese on the radio. Turn it up. Turn it up loud. Turn it up loud.
It's like a dream come true.
Turn on your radio. Reese is on the radio.
Yo, let's get it.
Due to the nature of this program, discretion does not exist. It's Reese on the radio. Right now on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Yeah! Happy Monday! What's going on, all you scallywags, nutmeggers, conversationalists all across the fruited plain, or at least here in Connecticut? And I can't help but say hello to you haters. It's Reese on the radio on NewsTalk 1080 WTIC. I got a lot of stuff to get into today because it's Monday and the weekend was long. I want to start off by saying this. Connecticut. I don't want to go pop. Now, there's some people who understand the vernacular, the hip-hop term in what I just said. I don't want to go pop. I've been thinking about this all weekend. When I say I don't want to go pop, I don't want to go mainstream. A lot of people have said, yeah, you know that Reese on the radio is good. He should be a syndicated host. I don't want to go pop. I'm being absolutely truthful. I wish I was blowing my own self up, so to speak, but I'm not. Something happened yesterday outside of me filming my new TV show. Something happened yesterday that really kind of made me a little, I don't want to say imbalanced, but just had me thinking about my future. And you don't realize it until it comes to you out of nowhere. And I hope the gentleman who did this yesterday is listening. By the way, don't the gentleman I'm talking about, don't worry. You didn't do anything bad. You really helped me have perspective last night and this morning as I'm saying goodbye to Roseanne. We're just lying on the bed, and she always likes to cuddle before I leave the house when I'm going to be gone for a long time. And we were talking about that, and we were talking about you. So I was in Manchester yesterday, and this guy drives by in a pickup truck. And I don't know who he was in the truck with, or maybe his wife, maybe his girlfriend. I don't know what his marital status is, but I don't know. He was just in a pickup truck in Manchester on Broad Street. More on that in a minute. And Roseanne and I are just taking a picture of the restaurant that we're at. And the pickup truck comes by, and all I hear is, burp, burp, hey, Reese on the radio. I listen every day, man. And I'm like, hey. It caught me off guard. I was happy, but I was caught off guard. It was just one of those moments, kind of, in the cut, doing something. I hadn't announced what I was doing and where I was going. And there he was, just driving by, randomly. Hey, Reese on the radio. Listen every day, man. Love your show. Thanks, man. Weird. I want that. I think I want that. And I have that. That was, again, confusing, but good, if you get my meaning. It's like local boy does good. I'm appealing to the people right here in the state. I have an ability to just be, and people just, hey, Reese, love the show, man. Just giving me that shout out. Loved it. Hey, man, love you too. Perfect. I don't need anything more than that. I don't ever think I've been this fulfilled. In my marriage, absolutely fulfilled. In my job, absolutely fulfilled. You, the listeners, absolutely fulfilled. I'm telling you, it was the weirdest feeling. Again, Roseanne and I just going, she says, you are happy where you are. I don't think I've ever been happier. I don't need it. I don't want to go pop. I love this. I really, really do. I tick off the right people, and I have the right people who love the show and enjoy what I do here. And I've never been so perfect in the cut. So anyway, I just want to get that out of the way. And whoever you are, sir, thank you for that. You have no idea what you did for me. There's that darn button. You don't know what you did for me yesterday. So thank you. I don't know who your name is, but I hope you call in so I can thank you right here over the phone. Anyway, now moving on. Democrats, you got to come get your kids. You got to come get your kids. Stop pretending that these are not your children. Okay? Every one of these whippersnappers are yours. You are the ones who gave birth to them. You have to stop lying that you don't know where they came from. Baby daddy, it ain't me. You are the father.
In the case of 1-year-old Duran, Yale, you are the father. And in the case of 2-year-old Zael, who you deny the most, Yale, you are the father.
Them your babies. Stop lying. Them are your babies. Every one of them are your children. You taught them to be bitter. You taught them to be angry. You educated them this way. You indoctrinated them this way. You made them who they are. And now you act like you don't know that. But that ain't my baby. Yes, it's your baby. See, he got your forehead. By the way, that's my favorite line in Maury. When the baby mama say that, he got his forehead. Look right there. All these babies got your forehead, Democrats. They look just like you. Oh, it's obvious. And I listen to these people, and they are whiny, petulant children. You taught them to be hateful of everything that they did not earn. You taught them to be hateful of those who put in the hard work. And you lied on the people who did put in the hard work by saying it was handed to them. You want to give a perfect example? You say, listen to black socialists talk about me. They clearly think that I was handed this position. I didn't work hard for this at all. That I did not scrape, scrap, and do everything necessary to get this position. They swear it was handed to me. The white man gave it to you because you do what he tell you to do, and you just a plant. You ain't nothing more than somebody who is put here by the others. Because I'm not supposed to have earned anything. Everything was made for me. You can't own a business and be successful. You had to have stolen it. Everything that you have is not earned. And you should listen to these kids. Listen to how they talk about everybody who's ever earned anything. Landlords.
When we look at the landlords, we don't use those same standards. Landlords in New York have been making a 12% return on their investment on average.
What should they make? What's fair for the landlord to make if you don't like 12?
They're complaining that 12 is not enough. And we don't think that anyone should have a constitutional right to double-digit returns on their investment. That's why we've implemented...
No one should have a right to a double-digit return on their investment.
No one has a right. That's not... No,
what are you talking
no
about?
One's in that's not in the Constitution, but what we see is that when we implement a rent freeze, we have landlords who are crying that the government is going to put them out of business.
They're trying to run
They don't care. Anybody trying to flip a home? You try to get a 12% profit from... They don't want even that. They got a problem with that. You think that's crazy? What about Manuel, who owns the Bogota?
If the government opened a big grocery store right next to your bodega,
If one publicly owned grocery store that brings prices down in the neighborhood is enough to put someone out of business, then maybe they shouldn't have been in that business in the first place.
Damn. Maybe he shouldn't have been in that business in the first place. We're talking about a bodega owner. One guy. They don't care that he's put out of business. How dare him start a business in the first place? They have a problem with that. Who do you think taught them that? Every one of the rabble-rousers at their college and universities, the one who overwhelmingly vote for the Democrats, who eventually will turn into these folks. These are their kids. You know that they are. Please stop telling me they are not. By the way, what I got to talk about with Josh Elliott today is a perfect example. And he's got to answer for a lot for 2020. We'll get into that. Well, let's go one step further. By the way, this gentleman here that you're hearing talking, this is Gustavo what's his name? Gustavo Gordolo, whatever his name is, I don't know. His parents are from Peru. From Peru. Interesting that his parents immigrated to the United States after that country was taken over by a Maoist communist government. His folks came here, and now he wants to turn it back into a communist government, even though his parents have left Peru for that same reason.
your family came here from Peru, really in the middle of the heat of the Shining Path. They were Maoist communist guerrillas in Peru. So why did your family come to America?
The economic situation in South America and in Peru was in a really bad place, but I think that much of what we could say is responsible for that actually was the imposition of capitalism, and American imperialism in many cases is actually what brings immigrants to the U.S. coming out of Latin America. And
so they come here because they don't like the imposition of American imperialism in the country that they're in?
Yes, in many countries.
So they come here.
In many countries, there have been undemocratic coups that have destabilized countries, and that's pushed people out.
Now listen to this child, this idiot child, petulant dum-dum, who suggests that his parents left communist Peru to come to the country that caused Peru to be communist. They went from the communist country of Peru to come into the belly of the beast that destroyed their home country, which if I were to ask you, what does that sound like? Pick any movie trope you've ever heard. Think. Come on. They breed this child to destroy the country to become more communist. This is nothing more than retribution. That's all. He believes the country, the United States, is an imperialist, capitalist country. His parents' home was destroyed by communism. He doesn't want to bring communism because he thinks it's better. No, he blames the United States for his country becoming communist, so now he wants to come to the United States so that he can destroy it, the same way Peru was destroyed. At least for this Gustavo guy, it has nothing to do with some sort of utopia. This is like, you killed my father, prepare to die. That's what this is. This is retribution. This is revenge. Other side than that, he's got to be the stupidest person in the world. He just literally explained that his parents left the communist country to come into the United States. They would tell you we came here for a better opportunity, but their kid grew up to believe, no, because we're not in Peru, let's just make it Peru. because no one's supposed to be better than the rest of them. And I know this all too well. This whole don't get brand new. This is like crabs in a barrel on steroids. The United States has always been prosperous, greatest nation born to the earth. And every other uncivilized, unkept, unwashed country where barbarism happens on a daily basis looks at the United States and says, I want to live like that, but because I can't, let's blow it up. Yeah, that's it. We can't do it here, but they should suffer too. We don't like that they have their freedoms. We don't like that their women don't have to put scarves on their head. We don't like the fact that a woman can own a company and be an entrepreneur. No. Instead of embracing that for our own country, let's destroy theirs. My little brother was like this, Charles, my middle brother. He's actually one younger than me, but he's right in the middle between all five of us. And he used to take all of my toys when I was younger, roughly about 6. He's 4 years younger than me. When he was 2, he would find all my toys because I had all the cool stuff. And, you had to play with blocks and stuff. But I would catch him taking my toys, ripping them to shreds, and then throwing them down the stairs off the banister. Whee! And dropping them. He hated every toy I had. I don't know if he was jealous of me or jealous of the fact that I had them and he couldn't play with them. I had a Star Trek toy, ripped that apart, dropped the thing on my head when I was sitting at the bottom of the stairs. He was the cruelest piece of I've ever met in my entire life. He's cool now. I love my brother now. But back in the days, no. Absolute animal, that guy. But he wanted to destroy everything. He hated anything that I had. Oh, what's this? Your coloring book? Hey, what's this over here? Oh, you got an award in school? Got to drop that outside. Yeah, that's what he was like. Petulant children, all of them. But Democrats, these are your children. You know they are. These are your kids. Stop pretending that they're not. Trying to tell you.
In the case of 1-year-old Duran, Yale, you are the father. And in the case of 2-year-old Yale, who you deny the most, Yale, you are the father.
That's you, Democrats, right there on the Maury Povich host. He got your forehead. We'll be back. Stand by. It's Reese on the radio.
Is life insurance still on your list from earlier this year? Now is the perfect time to just get it done. A buddy told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I added this to my list this year and got it done. I called SelectQuote and was shocked at how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $18 a month. My wife's also 40 and her $5,000 policy was only $16 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, no medical exam was required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Checking this off my list felt great, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-280-5858 for your free quote today. That's 1-800-280-5858. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-280-5858. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
WTIC News Talk 1080 is celebrating America's 250th birthday all month long. So we're asking, what does being American mean to you?
To be American means that I can live how I feel to live, as long as not infringing upon other people, to pray to whom I would like to pray to exist without being threatened or harmed, be a vital part of any environment here. As long as I am a value added, I feel that that's what it means to be an American.
This American moment is sponsored by Cussin Automotive.
Well, it's official. My friends have all switched to Pure Talk because I told them they could save a bunch of money on a super reliable high-speed network with unlimited data. And because they're my friends, they trust me. As for the rest of you, well, Pure Talk understands that even though you might like me, you're not just going to take my word for it, nor should you. For that reason, and for a very limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited plan that normally sells for $65 a month. Think of it like a test drive, a super simple way to save $150 while you kick the tires on Pure Talk's blazing fast network, and a fine way to see for yourself why I switched from big wireless, along with a few 100,000 of my closest friends. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and be connected to Pure Talk's friendly U.S. customer service team. Again, dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and let the savings begin.
And now, a WTIC news update.
82 degrees at 2:30. I'm Dave Mager, WTIC 1080 News. Staying right around 80 degrees this afternoon, down to about 60 tonight, about 80 with some thunderstorms tomorrow. A federal judge issues a 2-week injunction pausing the mega merger between Paramount and Warner Brothers. That will allow states, including Connecticut, more time to advance their case in court. The states say Paramount's buyout would extinguish competition and cost consumers. Like the Olympics, the World Cup always promises a big payday for host cities, but one sector of the economy in New York isn't seeing the projected payoff.
The economic impact of the World Cup on the city's hotel industry is described as lukewarm by Vijay Dandapani with the city's Hotel Association.
It's just not the huge bonanza that they kept saying.
They, meaning FIFA, and the number they projected was 1.2 million people. His numbers show about 158 million in revenue from June 11th to July 11th.
That was meant to be 300 million.
John Fitzpatrick owns 2 Midtown hotels.
One thing I felt about the World Cup, it was just spread so far across the country. It was very hard to get an atmosphere going.
He says there's more demand for the U.S. Open.
Mac Rosenberg of Odyssey station 1010 wins. A lawyer says alleged serial rapist brothers Andrew and Tristan Tate will fight extradition to the UK. That's where they face rape and sex trafficking charges. The online influencers arrested in Miami over the weekend, they appeared before a federal magistrate this afternoon. A judge will decide if they meet the conditions for extradition. Meantime, they're in federal custody. During a recent trip to Washington, the brothers were hosted by Paolo Zampoli, a longtime friend of President Trump. There's a lot of pressure on the new Prime Minister of the UK, the 7th in 10 years. The new Liberal Party leader promising a 10-year plan to restore stability and revive the economy.
Andy Burnham takes office carrying huge support from the governing Labour Party and huge expectations, and the stakes are extremely high. He said in his speech here today that he is acutely aware that he's the UK's 7th Prime Minister in a decade, and that after 10 turbulent years, Britain's political system cannot afford for the merry-go-round of leaders to continue.
The AP's Jill Lawless. Former Prime Minister Keir Starmer resigned under pressure. On Wall Street, the Dow is down almost 200 points. S&P is up 8 points. The NASDAQ is plus 95. And your forecast.
It's a pleasant Monday afternoon across the area, and things will stay sunny and dry and comfortable with temperatures in the upper 70s and low 80s. Sunset today at 8:21 this evening. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, low near 60. Tomorrow, increasing cloudiness and higher humidity. We'll see some showers at times by tomorrow afternoon. A few towns might have one in before noon even. There's the chance for a thunderstorm during the second half of the day, high 75 to 80. Showers at times and the chance for a storm Tuesday night, muggy, low 65 to 70. Partly sunny, warm and humid Wednesday with the chance for a shower or thunderstorm. Highs in the low 80s to about 85. Thursday looks mostly sunny, the high near 80, and Friday and the weekend looks sunny. I'm meteorologist Bob Cox in the WTIC Weather Center.
82 degrees, sunny now. Red Sox and Baltimore Orioles at Fenway. The game on WTIC. Coverage starts with the pregame at 6:10. For more, check out WTIC.com. I'm Dave Mager, WTIC 1080 News.
Hi, I'm Joe with SimpleSaleUSA.com, and I buy houses cash. If you own a house and want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me at 203-896-4000. I can pay cash and close in as little as 7 days. I buy houses in any condition, any price range, and more importantly, anywhere in Connecticut. I'm a private real estate investor who buys several houses a month, and I want to buy more. I buy inherited houses, divorce houses, behind in payment houses. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Do you own a house that is trash and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, because I love buying junk houses. I buy vacant houses, abandoned houses, condemned houses, and even foreclosure houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast, call me at 203-896-4000. That's 203-896-4000. 203-896-4000.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2026 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com. Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to My Computer Career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. An elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy. Pretty much hands off, They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief. The best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Fan of WTIC? Then do us a favor. Download the free Odyssey app and favorite WTIC.
Yeah, make sure you favorite WTIC and let all your friends know about Reese on the Radio, Brian and Company, and the local programming here on the station. We like to keep it local, make sure that we are informing everybody in the state of what's going on. The more that we inform you, the better we feel. to be honest with you. I'm going back and forth with a black liberal, and when someone can't answer a very simple question, they are lost. But it also reveals a lot. And I'm asking a simple question. There are 195,000 major black-owned businesses in the country. And those organizations bring in an estimated $212 billion and some $200 million in revenue. Right? They're worth about that. $212 billion, bringing about $212 million, $220 million in salaries, I should say. And if the socialists have their way, they clearly are going to have to do what Yale and Harvard did as it related to admissions. They're going to take the taxes of all the wealthy and then tell these black businesses, but not you. Not you. Your money cannot be touched because you come from an oppressed people. This is social justice, folks. That's how it goes. But we know that's nonsense. Black folks know their wealth is next. Hey, come on. If they're going to go after bodegas, come on. If they're going to go after landlords, how many people do you know, minority folks, who flip houses and apartments? That's a very popular thing now in minority communities in starting a business, buying a property, sprucing it up on their own, I might add. Some of them doing DIYs and the whole nine, and then renting them out to make some, make some income. What happens now? These folks are going after landlords. If they freeze the rent, what happens to those businesses? No profit. What do you think they got in the business for? Profits is a bad thing. Prices of materials go up. Labor goes up. I guess you're going to have to give it to the government. So I asked that question, and of course the black libs got nothing because they forgot about those folks. Capitalism doesn't work. It's sure enough working for these folks. 195,000 of them? Seems to be working fine for these folks you say it doesn't work for. But you know what? Since it's so little, let's throw out the baby with the bathwater. Who needs them? Just destroy them. It wasn't enough anyway. Let's just put those things to bed and make them, turn over a new leaf of socialism. Right? That makes sense. Or unless you're going to make the obvious claim. Well, don't touch the black businesses. Haven't they gone through enough? Just the white ones. Okay, fine. What about the Asian ones? What about the Hispanic ones? Seems that this guy whose family's from Peru doesn't care that the bodega owner, and we know that's inherently Hispanic because it's called the bodega. Right? What does he care? Start up a business? Tax it. Hell, you think the Democrats are bad? These guys are on something far more powerful than steroids. These guys are on steroids and Ukanuba. Ken is in Westfield. How you doing, Ken? What's up?
I'm just so angry that that fat orange idiot who could not get himself out of a picture. He inserted himself. I wondered how it felt to have. Wait.
Hold on. You're gonna have to set it up, Ken. I know you're talking about Donald Trump because you started off by talking about the fat orange idiot. What photo op are you upset about now? Now we're so deranged by Donald Trump that we're upset about photographs?
No. What does he have to do?
Okay, calm down. No. Without listen. Do not. Don't make my. Don't make.
He couldn't get him out of the bloody photo.
Ken. don't make my case that you're a deranged
He's
individual.
a moron.
I got it, but don't make my case that you're a deranged individual by screaming about a photograph. Calm down. You can articulate yourself without losing it. Are you serious that after the World Cup is over, you, of all the things you could have screamed about, the photograph is now driving you nuts? There you go. I love it. Thank you. You know what? I'm giving you a round of applause because you took a breath. You took a breath and you went, ah. There you go. Thank you. I'm glad you took a breath. Now.
Okay. Now,
thank you. Now, let's talk about the outrage.
Traditionally speaking, only the head of FIFA presents the World Cup trophy to the winner of the World Cup.
Of
final.
Of course.
This case, Gianni Infantino kisses Trump's ass and says, "You present it."
Oh my God! Somebody kissed.
Yeah,
wait! Stop! Hold on. So wait. So who do you have the problem with? The person who
Both
kissed.
of them.
Oh, so wait.
Both of them.
Wait. So a man chose. A man chose to kiss Donald Trump's butt, and now you have a problem with his choice. I'm assuming that you're not a freedom guy, huh?
I am. I'm certainly a freedom guy.
Okay, well, stop. Let's stop where you are. Are you okay with someone's freedom to choose to kiss Donald Trump's ass?
Not when it comes to
there you go. No, it's all right. It's okay. You've got selective. Listen, you're selective in people's freedom of choice. Ken, no. You can finish anything you want, but we're having a back and forth. And I asked you a question. You answered it. And you said, I am all about freedom. And then I said, can the guy be free to kiss his ass? And you went, no. Which means it kind of totally destroys what you just said about your feelings on freedom. So you're not really on the freedom train, right? It's selective, yes?
There's no reason for tradition to be...
Sure there's a reason. Sure there's a reason. The guy wanted... Yes, it is. Here's the reason. He chose to kiss Donald Trump's behind. So again, I need to get back to you because the only person here who's outraged is you. So let's deal with you. All right?
No.
Nobody, even Donald Trump, doesn't know who you are, Ken. You're the person who called my radio show to express that you have an outrage about it. So let's deal with you. You're the most important person in the room right now. You are outraged that Donald Trump took a picture or a photo op at the end of the World Cup, and I need to understand if you're a guy that's all about freedom, why you would express such angst about a man choosing to take a photo op with Donald Trump. If you're all about freedom, that is.
Now, so I have two problems. First of all, okay, let me take a deep breath.
That's apparent, sir.
Okay. So I have two problems. One, the fact that he allowed Trump to give away the World Cup trophy when it's never been done before, ever been done before.
And what's the problem with that? What's the problem? Hold on. Wait. Stop, because this is important. We'll get into your other thing. I'm going to give you an opportunity. So that's never been done before. This is the first time it's done. So let's break down the psychology as to why that upset you.
One, because it's
never been done before.
A precedent that any despot can say to the head of FIFA, it's my World Cup. I'm important, and I should present it.
Okay,
now
so
it's setting a precedent that I do not want set, that the rest of the world does not want.
Okay, so you have a problem with a precedent that's set in Donald Trump. So can I go this far with you, Ken, and then I'll let you. I promise I will let you finish. Let me go this far with you. So anything that is a perceived Donald Trump triumph, that's something that he can exploit as a triumph, upsets you, yes or no?
No.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Because again, I just listened to your answer. Hold on. I just listened to your answer, and your answer says that now it sets a precedent that any despot can now present the World Cup to the winner of the World Cup champion. So I'm asking you, so Trump being the person who gets to do that, you have an issue that Donald Trump can say, I'm the first to do it. And you're going to tell me that you're not upset with the fact that Donald Trump gets something to laud over people?
Something that he didn't earn.
Right.
Lauded over people.
Well, he did earn it because the guy gave it to him. The guy said, you know what, Trump, thank you for hosting this year's in the United States on the 250th anniversary. As a special gift to the 250th anniversary, I believe the president of these great United States should hand off the award.
Then why not also give that same privilege to the president of Mexico and president of Canada?
Was it their 250th anniversary?
Doesn't matter.
I just told you. I just gave you a reason. And guess what? And if they do hold it in Mexico and they do it for the Mexican president, let's say Claudia Sheinbaum hosted in Mexico and they give her the opportunity to, will you not care anymore? Or will you be mad because Donald Trump did it?
No. I would still be upset. The rest of the world would be upset.
So you wouldn't be. So your thing, are you really telling me that if this had happened with any other country, you would have been upset if the president of that said country? Yes. Oh, so it isn't selective to Donald Trump.
Yes.
Oh.
Correct.
But would you have called Claudia Sheinbaum a short, weird-looking despot? Is that what you would have called her? Like if she had done it? Would you have insulted her? Would you have insulted her as a woman?
I don't know that much about Sheinbaum to give an opinion in that regard.
But you know plenty about Trump. Don't go nowhere, sir. Go nowhere. I need to deep dive with you, Ken. I'm loving every bit of this. I love the people who hate Donald Trump. You are never going to be cut off. I love you. Stand by. Hold on. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with Ken when we return. You need this, folks. You need this. Take your medicine. We'll be back. It's Reese on the radio.
Hi, I'm Joe with SimpleSaleUSA.com, and I buy houses cash. If you own a house and want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me at 203-896-4000. I can pay cash and close in as little as 7 days. I buy houses in any condition, any price range, and more importantly, anywhere in Connecticut. I'm a private real estate investor who buys several houses a month, and I want to buy more. I buy inherited houses, divorce houses, behind in payment houses. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Do you own a house that is trash and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, because I love buying junk houses. I buy vacant houses, abandoned houses, condemned houses, and even foreclosure houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast, call me at 203-896-4000. That's 203-896-4000. 203-896-4000.
If you're in the Hartford area and caring for a loved one with Medicaid, get paid starting today. Freedom Care has already helped over 162,000 families get the care they deserve, with 97% satisfaction and more than 8,000 five-star reviews. If you have Medicaid and are 65 or older, you need to hear this. You may qualify to choose a caregiver you already trust, a family member or friend, and they can start getting paid tax-free. No agencies, no strangers, just someone you know helping with meals, medication, bathing, mobility, and more. This service isn't for later, it's for right now. It's 100% free to you through Medicaid, and caregivers get paid right away after their shift. Find out if you qualify today. Call 860-777-1597. That's 860-777-1597. Don't wait. Call 860-777-1597 now. Again, 860-777-1597. Freedom Care. Get paid to care. Starting now.
Freedom Care, we're here for you.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
It's Reese on the radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
If you're just joining us, we're on the line with Ken, who is very upset about the World Cup presentation that was the honor of giving Team Spain the award by having Donald Trump come down to FIFA and hand it off to the country of Spain as they won. Ken, you say that Trump setting the precedent, in other words, for other despots, as you put it. We haven't had a despot country host the event since Qatar. But that being said,
and then what would have happened if the Emir or Shah of Qatar presented the trophy, presented the World Cup trophy to Argentina at the time? Would that have been okay? I'm just curious.
Well, in 2018, Putin. Wait a minute. In 2018, Putin was on the field and he touched the trophy and participated in the ceremony alongside Macron and Croatia and the Croatian president. Is that the same thing, or because they didn't hand it over?
Because that's correct. Because they didn't hand it over. The whole purpose of that presentation is to have the head of FIFA alone hand the trophy to the winner. That's his job. That's what he does. And the fact that was, first of all, that was not done this time. And I say, what would stop the Emir or the Shah or the King of Qatar handing the trophy over to to Argentina 4 years ago? Would that have been okay? I'm just curious.
What if a vice president had handed over the trophy? Would that have been okay?
Vice President of the United States or Vice President
Yes,
of
Vice
FIFA?
President of the United States.
No.
It would not have been okay?
No.
All right, good. Your beef was with Al Gore.
No.
You sure?
My beef is with...
No, your
my
beef...
beef is with...
Your beef's with Al Gore.
My beef is with anybody other than the president of FIFA, which is
okay. Well, then your beef is with Al Gore. You need to look up 1994. Yeah, maybe you should look it up. That's what I did during the commercial break. You should look it up. Your beef is with Al Gore. He did it in 94. You should look it up.
I will definitely do that.
Okay, good. And when you do, Ken, make sure you come back here and you say Al Gore is a reprobate.
I would. I definitely would.
By the way, I'm getting a question. I'm getting a question inside. I'm getting a question in the chat room. Ken, you're a United States citizen, right? You just have an accent.
I am.
Okay.
I am. Yes. Right.
Yeah. And originally from the UK?
Correct.
Okay. But I know, look, I understand that you don't like Trump, dude. I get it. I've got nothing against you. You know, you don't like him, you hate him, you call him an orange fat guy. You know, you guys are really, really out of sorts over this guy. And I wish you wouldn't make it about him, but you got to calm down. So what? He handed over the trophy. There are bigger fish to fry. You know, every other week we're in a constitutional crisis. We can't be belly-hooing about handing over trophies. Pick your battles, man.
The other battle is why was he standing next to Spain after the trophy was presented? Why
Ken,
was he standing there?
it's
they were
not
trying to push. They were trying to push him off the stage, and he wouldn't go.
Ken,
well, I guess they'll just Photoshop
so
him out.
what?
That'll be all right.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
No,
We finally had a World Cup. We finally.
Here in America, it's so what? The rest of the world is like, what the
stop
F
it.
is he doing?
Okay, Ken, let me break this down for you, and I know this is probably going to hurt your feelings, okay? But no. This is going to hurt your feelings because you seem to be very sensitive about everything. Guess what? This is real simple. I'm going to tell everybody, if anyone like Ken ever says to you the rest of the world, blah, 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 this is exactly what you tell them. Ken, I don't give a damn about the rest of the world. We're the United States of America. No, Ken, we don't give a damn about the rest of the world. We're the United States of America. We beat them at everything. We beat them at breathing. We have everything here. We beat them in everything. Those people, those third world sycophants who always played we're a member of the world. We're America. We are the world. We are everything. When people start, yes, we are. We're better than them. Guess what? You want to know why? You want to know why? Because every person in that country, wants to be here. You understand? We're the cool table, my friend. That's the thing you failed to realize. Because guess what, Ken? You want to know what my proof is? You're here. You're here. You're not out there in the world. You could be in Paris right now. You could be in Istanbul. But guess where you are? You're in Connecticut. You want to know why? Because even Connecticut's better than the world. Thank you. We appreciate your time on our program.
The U.S. is just
Ken?
The U.S. is just a country, just like Japan or Finland, or Jamaica, or Barbados.
And they all want to be here. Thank you for playing. Tell him what he's won, Johnny. Ken, I love you. You have a good day, all right? I got to go to the top of the hour. Let's go to the top of the hour news. Goodbye.
This is WTIC News Talk 1080 with Brian and Company in the morning, Reese on the radio in the afternoon, and news around the clock. WTIC and WTIC FM HD2 Hartford and Odyssey Station.
82 degrees, sunny, 3 o'clock. I'm Dave Mager, WTIC 1080 News. It'll stay right around 80 this afternoon, still sunny, and then down to about 60 tonight, about 80 with some thunderstorms tomorrow. A suspect set off fireworks and started a fire outside a New York City federal building this morning. That person in custody was allegedly carrying anti-ice material. ABC's Aaron Katersky.
The federal police, which are in charge of securing the building, along with ICE police and the FBI, raced to the scene. They took an individual into custody. I talked to some police sources who said that this individual is known to them, known to have anti-ice type views, may have even participated in protests before.
That building, 26 Federal Plaza, has been the site of demonstrations against White House immigration policies. The suspect was tackled by a security officer, that officer suffering minor injuries, along with a bystander grazed by the fireworks. Meriden police say a domestic violence victim died in a baseball bat attack Sunday morning. Happened outside a residence on Sagamore Road. Police found a man striking the victim in the head with the bat. An officer then shot the suspect, who was hospitalized. No names have been released. State police are investigating the homicide. The state inspector general will look into the shooting by police. The U.S. says a service member was killed in Iraq Saturday. Also, the U.S. has identified 2 service members killed earlier in an Iranian attack on a base in Jordan. They were First Lieutenant Tyler Feehan of Hawaii and 19-year-old Private Isabella Gonzalez of Texas. Another soldier is missing and presumed dead, and Jordan today says Iran has launched another missile attack after Iran targeted Bahrain, the home of the U.S. Navy's 5th Fleet. The attacks come as the U.S. continues to strike Iran.
CENTCOM had said over the weekend that the strikes at Iran are aimed at degrading their ability to go after commercial ships in the Strait of Hormuz. Of course, that's been the big focus over these last 2 weeks, trying to limit Iran's ability to strike at those ships. But every time the United States has launched one of those strikes, Iran has hit back at U.S. assets in the region, as we saw over the weekend with the deaths of these service members.
ABC's Karen Travers. Shipping through the Strait of Hormuz has largely stalled. Oil prices were up over the weekend, and they're up slightly today at $83 a barrel for U.S. crude and $89 for Brent crude. AAA says the average gas price nationally is back to $4 a gallon. It's $4.10 in Connecticut. We're 3 weeks from the Connecticut primaries. Luke Bronin is the Democratic Party endorsed candidate in the 1st Congressional District. He's been arguing that generational change is needed as John Larson seeks a 15th term.
I think there's a tremendous amount of energy out there for change. Look, I've said from the start of this campaign, you don't have to be against somebody to be for something new, but our Democratic Party and our country would be better off if more people recognize that part of leadership is knowing when it's time to pass the torch.
Larson says his experience is a plus and his constituents know it.
People respect, if you're doing a good job, if you're delivering on behalf of the people, if you're holding frequent town halls and you're accessible to the people, and you're in a position where you're considered by them an asset.
Jillian Gilchrist and Ruth Fortune are also in the race. Attorney and former state Democratic chair John Droney has died. He led the party when Joe Lieberman upset Lowell Weicker in a Senate race in 1988. Droney was 79. A federal judge in California temporarily stops the $81 billion merger between Paramount and Warner Brothers.
12 states sued over the proposed merger last week, arguing that combining two of Hollywood's legacy studios would extinguish competition. A federal judge on Monday agreed with those concerns, writing that the massive market share of the combined companies would, quote, likely violate antitrust laws. The companies were ordered to halt the merger for at least 2 weeks as the lawsuit moves forward. Peter Haralambous, ABC News.
On Wall Street, the Dow now down almost 300 points. S&P dropping 7 points. The NASDAQ is up 28 points. And we check the WTIC forecast.
Clouds on the increase for the overnight, the low temperature down to 60 degrees. We will have a couple of showers and a thunderstorm for the evening commute tomorrow with a high temperature of 80. A couple of showers and a thunderstorm early tomorrow night, otherwise mostly cloudy, the low 71. And we are watching for a couple of showers and a thunderstorm that can produce some localized damaging winds on Wednesday, the high 86. Mostly sunny, less humid Thursday, the high 80. This is meteorologist Chad Merrill in the WTIC Weather Center.
82 degrees now in Hartford. Sports tonight, 6:10 the pregame for the Red Sox and the Orioles at Fenway. Peyton Tolley on the mound. The Red Sox have won 13 in a row. Yankees and Pirates in New York. The Mets in Milwaukee. For more, check out WTIC.com. I'm Dave Mager, WTIC 1080 News.
Don Cussin here. In partnership with Napa Auto Parts and Auto Care Shops Coast to Coast, we have raised over $14 million since 2012 for the Intrepid Fallen Heroes Fund. Through the end of September, a portion of every Cussin repair invoice will be donated to the fund. The fund was designed to help those armed forces and their families that are dealing with traumatic brain injury and post-traumatic stress. The fund has the experience required to get our heroes back to service or home safely. I thank you all for your trust and patronage in all that we do.
Cussin Automotive, we're all American.
Men, if your energy is down, your workouts aren't producing results, you're gaining stubborn weight, losing muscle, sleeping poorly, or just not feeling like yourself anymore, it may be more than just aging. This is Dale for Northeast Men's Health. Our low T and body composition treatments are designed to help men regain energy, improve focus, sleep better, build lean muscle, reduce unwanted fat, and restore confidence both in and out of the gym. At Northeast Men's Health, we specialize in helping men optimize their health, performance, and vitality. Using personalized medical treatments tailored to your health and goals, many men begin noticing improvements in energy, mental clarity, recovery, motivation, libido, and overall body composition within just a few weeks. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes PSA and a T-test and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-930-5956 or go to northeastmenshealth.com. We have 7 offices, including our new office in Bridgewater.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Reese on the radio, making sense of the news. Yeah, even when it makes no sense at all. Now on WTIC, News Talk 1080.
Hey, we're back. Reese on the radio on WTIC, News Talk 1080. Peter is calling from Canton. How you doing, sir?
Good. How you doing?
Hey, what's up?
Not too much. I think that they're losing their marbles.
Well, I don't. Peter, the part that I'm a little, I don't know, confused about is the need to be outraged about anything and everything that involves his name.
Exactly.
I think that there is truly, and Chris Murphy talking about this a couple of weeks back, saying that he wakes up every day thinking about Trump. And I thought that was a joke, but it turns out that that's kind of a thing today.
Oh my goodness!
It couldn't be. I find it concerning and not scary. And when I say concerning, I mean for the individual. I don't know what's up with Ken, but when you express that kind of dismay over something as simple as a fleeting moment, handing over a trophy, and now it's like, no, it's going to set a precedent for the world. And I'm like, okay.
Didn't we host?
Yes.
We hosted it in the United States.
The objective of the whole thing was to be nothing more, Peter, than symbolic of the time in which the World Cup was happening. That's all.
Oh, my goodness.
And, wait. And one further. Who was the individual responsible for lobbying for this year's World Cup and got it?
I assume Trump?
Yes, he was. Which, again, is all symbolic. I mean, that's the whole point here, is that he was the one that got he was the one who volleyed for it. He successfully got it here. And as luck would have it, or God, for that matter, that's the way I'll see it, he happened to be the president of the United States as it happened. You couldn't be more. You have to show him some respect.
Exactly. One more thing. I want to thank you for bringing this all to the D.C. party for the weekend. I haven't talked to you since then.
Thank you,
sir. It was wonderful. You made us all feel like we were there, except we were in air-conditioned rooms. And you weren't. No. But, it was a blast. You made it a blast.
Thank you, man. I really do. And, you know, I told my wife the other day, I was just like, you know, under the conditions, I said, I'm sorry it couldn't be better. She goes, no, trust me, they loved you just being there. And you guys, you guys express it. People are still stopping me at church the other day. They still walk up to me and they said, "Thank you so much for doing that." I didn't realize it meant so much to people. So I am.
It did. And funny, one of the only states that should have been there is Connecticut.
Yeah, it was
because we have a lot to do with the Constitution.
That's right.
With our charter.
That's
the
right.
Connecticut charter.
Oh, I learned a lot from Tom and Debbie. They told me everything. And they did, you know, they were with us, of course, in the beginning of the show on when we had that debacle on Friday. We talked to them a great deal, and they showed me so much love and gave me so much history to understand about Connecticut. And again, it was a pleasure to be there.
If there was one state they should have picked, they should have picked Connecticut.
Damn right. Exactly. Thank you, Peter. I appreciate it.
Have a good day. Thank you.
You got it, sir. Let's go. Jim is. Hey, Jim, how are you?
Good. You know, these people, I'm so sick of them. As a 79-year-old man who fought communism, they need to get the heck out of our country. I wish there was a way to do that.
Now you're talking about these young kids who are screaming and hollering about bodegas and landlords and their parents coming from communist, Maoist countries like Peru, only to bring that same communist here into the United States, right?
I know. And, well, plus this idiot who called in upset because President Trump handed out the trophy because the guy asked him to.
It's, you know, I tell him, I said, I keep saying to myself, why are they giving us license or permission to look at them as crazy folks? I'm like, you never want to give that opportunity to people like us. We're only going to exploit it.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm glad they're coming out and saying what they are because they do want to turn this into a communist country.
Yeah, but okay. That being said, Jim, let's investigate that just a little bit for the little bit of time that we have. If I were to ask you that they wish to do exactly that, right? Let's change it into a socialist country, only because, of course, their the means to their end is to make it a communist country. If you had to guess as a collective, which pretty much is what they are, if you had to guess, what do you think the root of why they want to do this to the United States?
Well, because this is what they were taught in the colleges.
You don't think there's an ulterior motive, like a personal motive in all of this?
Oh, yeah. They want power. They want power.
I think.
Why do you think they're pushing so much against the Second Amendment? That's one of the key amendments for our country and the free people protecting themselves. That's the only. All the amendments are perfect, but the Second Amendment is the only amendment with teeth.
Yeah. Can you imagine a world run by these folks who see themselves as morally superior? You are morally inferior. And if they were to be in power, what would be their objective? Is to ensure that each of us was just as moral as they are. And if you were not, you must be made to be.
They would be putting us in camps or actually executing us.
I agree. I do agree. And they will tell you in private conversation that they believe. I'm sorry, I was at a No Kings rally in Texas, and many of the people there were very open and honest about their radicalism, saying that people who are conservatives should die.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're no better than the Islamists.
Mm-hmm. That they very much cozy up to.
Yeah, but then the Islamists turn around and kill them when they get in.
Yeah. I never ever want to be the guy who's at the end of that storyline when they're looking there with their hands up in the air, looking at the folks that they assisted in taking over this country and say, wait a minute, I helped you, as the bullets fly.
Yeah, as they're shooting at them.
Yeah, exactly. That's because that's what it's going to look like. It's going to be, wait a minute, what do you mean? What do you mean? And can I tell you this? This is a great story. I have to find out the name of this. Roland, can you do me one quick favor? I hate doing this to you. But there was an episode on HBO of Cosmic Slop. It was a sort of the urban version of the Twilight Zone. It was hosted by the guy from Parliament Funkadelic, George Clinton. Anyway, the episode of Cosmic Slop was written by Barack Obama's former Harvard Law professor.
Yeah.
And in this, Jim, in the story, Robert Guillaume of TV's Benson, are you familiar with him?
Yeah.
He is the star of the film. And based upon this sci-fi sort of Twilight Zone TV show, an alien race comes to the United States, and they have gifts for the United States, but they want something in return, but they don't tell anybody. So they say, before we tell you what's in what we want in return, we want to give you a gift. So the first thing they do to prove that they are who they are, they turn the Statue of Liberty into solid gold. And they go, wow, that's incredible. And they go, what else can you do for us? And they say, we're going to give you an inexhaustible energy source so you don't have to use fossil fuels. So they do it. And they go, wow, this is amazing. And I think they do something else. I guess they clean all the pollution and all that stuff from our waters and the whole 9 yards. I'm almost positive that's it. So you go, well, what do you want in return? And they say they want all of the people of the earth who have 85% or more melanin in their skin. They want all the blacks. Now, when the alien race comes down, they form an image that many Americans can identify with. So the alien race comes in as Ronald Reagan.
Oh, my God.
Now, anyway, so at the end, right, here's the deal.
I thought you were going to say they turned him into, like, Soylent Green.
No. He comes as the image in a hologram as Ronald Reagan, so they can, because he's supposed to be somebody that Americans can identify with. But anyway, at the end of the movie, they have to, in order for the Americans or the world to decide, right, they have to hold a vote. So when they're trying to hold a vote, there are 3 lobbyists that come out and fight. They fight to keep African Americans in the country. And the 3 largest lobbyists, again, this is written by Barack Obama's college professor. He was the president of Harvard Law School. The 3 lobbyists that fight for African Americans to stay in the country are the cigarette companies, the liquor companies, and of course, the fuel organizations, because, fossil fuels, right? Because, they would all go out of business with this. So, again, written by, one of these rabble-rousers. Anyway, so at the end of the movie, Robert Guillaume and his family are supposed to be whisked away while they take all that. The vote comes back, by the way, and it is overwhelming. 85% of the world says, yes, take all the black folks.
Oh, my God.
They do. But it's great because Robert Guillaume is told the entire time that he is protected while he is lobbying for this alien race and the government to get black people whisked away by these aliens. And the movie ends with him getting in a limo, about to drive off to go to a secure place, and they turn on him. And the guns come out, and they point at him, and they grab him and his family, and they whisk him off to the aliens. They make sure they get rid of everybody.
Wow.
It is an episode of Cosmic Slop. In the movie is I'm gonna find the name of the movie, but it is absolutely hilarious to watch. But it's in the same Twilight Zone vein, but you'll watch it and you just go, there's no way somebody actually wrote this. But yes, Barack Obama's college professor wrote it, and it was produced for HBO.
Oh, wow. See, I get it. I get it on free channel 43. I actually get the Twilight Zone.
You do? Well, you know what? If you are an online kind of guy, you can find this movie on YouTube for free. But it's interesting. Jeff, thank you so much. I appreciate you listening to my story.
Yeah. But, these people are whacked.
I know, buddy. I know. I try every day. I try to get through it every day. But I have to. I try to do it with a smile, but of course take them seriously, because if you don't, they'll get you.
Oh, man, they'll be coming.
You got it, man.
There'll be stormtroopers coming.
Indeed. Wait a minute. Rama says, I thought you were going to say that this show had to be the black version of To Serve Man, with the reveal being that it's a cookbook, but for cooking white people into soul food. No. Rama, you know the name of this thing. I've talked about this for years. I know you know the name of this movie. Everybody knows. I mean, at least Rama knows. Rama's the movie buff. It's called Cosmic Slop. Okay, so when you play the movie, it actually has a title. If you let the opening credits come in, it actually tells you what the title of it is. I know there's a title to it, but Cosmic Slop was the version of the Twilight. The Twilight Zone has an episode name. That's it. That's the one. Space Traders. That's it. Space Traders. And it was written, Barack Obama's college professor. He was the president of Harvard Law, the first African-American president of Harvard Law. And I'll go one step further on you. This you don't know. He was also the creator of critical race theory. So CRT, that was in all the schools in the 2020s that the Biden administration was administering. That guy, he wrote Space Traders on Cosmic Slop. Tony is in Southern. How are you, Tony?
Good, man. How's it going, Reese?
I'm good. I'm pretty good, sir. What's up?
Yeah, I just want to make a statement. Yeah, today's government, especially Democratic in particular, is about persuasion, lies, and deceit to scare people into making these votes and things. Just want to throw something out there with the state of Connecticut and all these speed cameras.
Sure.
It's nothing but a money grab. Plus, nationally, it's the same thing. If you're gullible enough to believe the lies, they hope you vote for them, and that can't be tolerated, man. That's all I really want to say.
You got it, Tony. I appreciate the call, man. Have a good one. Let me go to. Is this?
You too.
You got it. Is this the? Is that the poet laureate? Yes. To Serve Man. What is that? The name of the episode? Oh, the people. Okay, that's what Rama was talking about. To Serve Man. That's a separate episode. Did he do the? Thank you, Steve. I appreciate you. Steve's a good guy. Fred, the poet laureate. What's going on, sir?
Hey, well, I have a poem. It's off topic. This is called "Why I Like Josh Elliott."
I'm going to get into him in the next half hour. You might as well set it up.
All right, excellent. 1, he's elegant. 2, he's eloquent. 3, he's elegant. No, seriously though, folks, it's no joke. This business of turning CT into Cali, as California is also known. But Ned is New World Order all the way, isn't he? I can almost hear you say. Yes, absolutely, but he's old, and they do eat their own. And some cake-accustomed chickens seeking a place to roost have alas come home.
Wow.
And while no wet-behind-the-ears baby commie is actually going to take Ned's wealth away, going forward, suffice it to say that Ned and Keith Richards probably won't be seen at the same party. And that, of course, is why Edward Minor is so keen to stay. He's much more concerned with the never-ending party than the Democrat Party. And because 90% of all primary political turns are left turns, Jerry. The situation in Connecticut is, in one word, scary. What's that, Ryan Fazio? 3 words for him. Wanda Pataki Jeter. Rhymes with cheater. She's somebody's not secret weapon. Whomsoever side Wanda is on will win.
Whoa.
End of story.
Whoa.
Here we come, California.
Wow. That was a deep one, buddy, but very good.
Thank you.
You got it. Let me read this. Mike in Guilford says, 1, where is the rule that FIFA head is the only one that can give out the championship trophy? Good point, Mike. Number 2, how would he have felt if the trophy had been presented by President Obama? Yeah, great question. I try not to do that, Mike. It's a good question, but I try to not do the whole whataboutism thing, right? Other than the fact that Al Gore gave it to Brazil in 1994 because Bill Clinton was there in attendance and he didn't want to put his hands. I don't even know what that was about. It's just weird. It's just weird. Thank you for the questions, though. Those are good questions, but the Obama thing, you're absolutely right. He would have, no way, he would have said, oh, it's fantastic. What a great thing. But the sad part about that, speaking of which, Mike, who failed to lobby for the World Cup in the United States? The most popular first lady known to man, they told us, Michelle Obama. She came back empty-handed. Remember that? Yeah. People tried to... Nobody called FIFA racist, by the way. Or did they? Who knows? I don't know. But nobody mentioned that. The problem with Trump is that almost everything he does seems to be self-aggrandizing. I have never seen a more insecure man. Okay, Albert, with all due respect, self-aggrandizement is a person who's insecure about what? About what? His entire life, he's been crushing it. Come on, dude, just let's be honest. His whole life, he's been crushing it. He's had plenty of failures, yeah. He's had plenty of situations in his life, absolutely. But he's crushing it far more than most Americans. I'd say he's got a winning streak going on. Stop it with the whole insecure. Talk about a guy who's insecure. I've never heard one person say that Barack Obama was insecure. How many times have you heard a speech where he's used the word I? We turned it into a drinking game from 2008 to 2016. The man's an I maniac. I. The problem with Trump. I think the problem with Trump is that he is everywhere, but that's not because of him. That's because of the media. The media can't they can't get enough of him. He makes them money. Like, that's the part no one seems to explain to me. Like, Donald Trump gets in the media and then you obsess about every little thing he does, making said media outlet money, getting your eyeballs. And then you say it's his fault. Stop punching yourself. Stop punching yourself. Stop punching yourself. It's kind of silly. Let's take a break. We'll be back. More news, more views. It's Reese on the Radio.
Life takes unexpected turns, doesn't it? Divorce, the loss of a loved one, a personal injury, losing your job. Suddenly, you're searching for someone new you can trust to guide you through. But what if you didn't have to start over? What if your legal team already understood you? At BPS Lawyers, we're more than just lawyers. We're a full-service law firm that's been part of this community since 1977. BPS Lawyers, your lawyers for life. Visit bpslawyers.com or call 860-CALL-BPS. Nick Painderis is responsible for the content of this ad.
There's a lot happening in Washington and in your local neighborhood. Follow WTIC News Talk 1080 on the Odyssey app to keep up with the latest.
At Westside Care Center in Manchester, Care is personal, specialized, and centered on every resident. Their experienced team provides advanced short-term rehabilitation, convenient on-site dialysis, and compassionate memory care in a warm, supportive environment. Whether recovering after a hospital stay or seeking long-term care, Westside combines clinical expertise with personalized attention to help every resident achieve the best possible quality of life. Westside Care Center. Specialized care close to home.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
And now, a WTIC news update.
82 degrees at 3:30. I'm Dave Mager, WTIC 1080 News, going down to about 60 tonight, back to about 80 with some thunderstorms tomorrow. A suspect set off fireworks and started a fire with flammable liquid outside a New York City federal building this morning. The FBI says he also fired a pellet gun. The suspect in custody, identified as a U.S. Army veteran, Andrew Arabaka of Poughkeepsie. This is New York Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch.
On the scene was recovered, among other things, 2 airsoft rifles and the container with the flammable liquid. Also affixed to the suspect's cart was a sign reading "Ice off our streets." During the incident, the suspect was wearing a military-style helmet.
That building, 26 Federal Plaza, has been the site of demonstrations against White House immigration policies, and authorities believe Arabaka may have been a part of those. The suspect was tackled by a security officer. That officer suffered minor injuries, along with a bystander grazed by fireworks. A judge is pausing a media mega merger. Paramount and Warner must halt their merger for at least 2 weeks. That grants a request by states opposing the transaction, including Connecticut. State Attorney General William Tong calls the temporary restraining order a critical victory for consumers. The UK has its 7th prime minister in 10 years. The new Liberal Party leader promising a 10-year plan to restore stability and revive the economy.
Andy Burnham pledged to ease the cost of living for ordinary people, revive British industry, hand power back to local government, and deliver what he called a circuit breaker for a country he says has taken a lot of wrong turns since the 1980s.
The AP's Jill Lawless. Burnham is appointing his cabinet while firing senior members of the team that worked under former Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Meriden police say a domestic violence victim died in a baseball bat attack Sunday morning. It happened outside a residence on Sagamore Road. Police found a man striking the victim in the head with a bat. An officer then shot the suspect, who was hospitalized. No names have been released. One person is dead after a Sunday afternoon stabbing in West Haven. Another case of apparent domestic violence, this time at an apartment on Meadowbrook Court. The male victim was pronounced dead at the hospital. Police say a suspect was arrested at the scene. On Wall Street, the Dow down 282, S&P dropping 3 points. The NASDAQ is up 60 points. And we check the WTIC forecast.
Following a pleasant afternoon, increasing clouds, and pretty nice overnight. Might be able to open up the windows and let the refreshing air come in with a low of 60. A couple of showers and a thunderstorm for the evening commute tomorrow. The high temperature up to 80. It'll be rather humid tomorrow night with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm early. Otherwise, it'll be dry, the low temperature 71. And for Wednesday, showers and a couple of thunderstorms producing some localized damaging wind gusts, the high temperature 86. This is meteorologist Chad Merrill in the WTIC Weather Center.
82 degrees and sunny now. Sports, Red Sox in Baltimore at Fenway Park. Pregame 6:10 on WTIC. Yankees and Pirates in New York. The Mets in Milwaukee. For more, check out WTIC.com. I'm Dave Mager. WTIC 1080 News.
Does your morning start the same way every day? You wake up, walk into the bathroom, look into the mirror, and think, wow, this bathroom really needs an update. Then it's time to visit Modern Plumbing Supply. Our 8,000 square foot showroom is filled with hundreds of beautiful faucets, sinks, vanities, toilets, and so much more. Update your bathroom with Modern Plumbing Supply. And the only thing you'll have to worry about when you look in the mirror is your hair. Modern Plumbing Supply showroom on the Berlin Turnpike in Berlin.
Great design with you in mind. Modern Plumbing Supply.
And now, a no-frills ad brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Here it is. You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. That's it. See? Just a good old-fashioned, straightforward ad. See if you could save at Progressive.com.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Lockridge, and I'm the host of a new podcast from Odyssey called Family Lore. In this podcast, I'm going to have people on to tell unusual and sometimes far-fetched stories about their families.
I've heard my whole life that she invented the margarita.
And then we're going to investigate those stories and find out how much of it is true.
He gets a patent 1 month before the Wright brothers. Oh my God.
Please follow and listen to Family Lore, an Odyssey podcast, available now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your shows.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. I am quite aware of the dangers being on the road. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. These families' lives will be changed in an instant. We fight for these families as if they were our own. We've become America's largest injury law firm by winning cases just like these. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Injured? Dial pound law.
Nicholas Russo, 157 Church Street, New Haven, 06510.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Tech, sponsored by Lenseek.
Energy consumption by data centers is a major issue confronting further expansion, and NVIDIA is hoping to solve that issue in a potential collaboration with Japan's Mitsubishi Heavy Industries. Nikkei News reports that NVIDIA is looking to use Mitsubishi's cooling systems and energy management equipment in AI data centers, with the high-efficiency systems crucial for NVIDIA achieving maximum processor performance. I'm Jason Brooks.
If you own a business, you've heard it all. From fast funding to easy approvals, everyone says the same thing. Lenseek is different. We show you what you actually qualify for. Lenseek's AI-enabled platform matches you with funding options with no guesswork. Up to $5 million in as fast as 24 hours. If you've been in business over a year, doing at least $50,000 per month, apply for free with zero out-of-pocket costs and access to over 100 lenders. Start ready, stay ready. Lenseek.com. LENDSEEK.com.
Is life insurance still on your list from earlier this year? Now is the perfect time to just get it done. A buddy told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I added this to my list this year and got it done. I called SelectQuote and was shocked at how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $18 a month. My wife's also 40, and her $5,000 policy was only $16 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, no medical exam was required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Checking this off my list felt great, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-280-5858 for your free quote today. That's 1-800-280-5858. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-280-5858. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Let me tell you something about insurance. When you sign your insurance policy, for some brokers, that's the finish line. Handshake, commission, done. Then you may not hear from them again until it's time for renewal. But your business runs all year, so do the gaps and the risk. So go to Supersure.com. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, or HR manager, it can be too complex to just go buy a policy online. Supersure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. At Supersure.com, you can access tools like fine print facts. It'll translate your current policy into plain English so you see what's covered and what's not. Plus a business value calculator so you can estimate what your business is worth so you know what actually needs protecting. Go to supersure.com. One super agency, one powerful platform, all your policies in one place. Supersure.com. That's supersure.com. Paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Hey, he's your friendly neighborhood Reese on the radio. Right now on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
We're back. Reese on the radio. Zap in the chat room says, Trump insecure, laugh out loud. What a joke. The man's a multimillionaire, can go anywhere he wants, eat anything he wants, buy anything he wants, loves beautiful women, has a beautiful wife. He's basically the most secure guy on the planet. That's what I'm saying. Like, the dude, like, calling someone insecure is the ultimate punching up I've ever seen, dude. It is the most ridiculous level of punching up I've ever seen. Trump, he's in your very thoughts, man. Every day. The dude lives rent-free. In everybody's mind. At least those who can't stand him. The rest of us have work to do. We have no time for that nonsense. But for those of you with an awful lot of free mental space, dude, how's he insecure? The dude doesn't even know you exist, and it's everything about him. I barely even talk about him. When he does something crazy, there'll be a news story, and I got to talk about it because, okay, well, hey, Reese, what do you think about this? And I come in and I laugh at it. Well, see, you're not taking it seriously. No! No! And I don't care who you are. I don't care about the smartest minds. I don't care about the most accomplished talk show hosts. I don't care how conservative they are. Donald Trump doesn't move me that way, with all due respect. He's a Queens guy. I think the stuff he does is trolling. I think it's hilarious. I treat him the same way I treat every other president, but you guys treat him like for some odd, like in some way, everything he does from the simplest move. It is like the most damn like a bunch of wash women down at the lake. It's embarrassing to watch. I'm dead up serious about this. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. You beta males, you milquetoast men even. It's embarrassing. Seriously. Your lady parts must be killing you every day. Women gossip more than this. And the women that I know don't even gossip like this. Did you see what he did? Did you see what he did? He did this, he did that, he did this. And stop. Can we get back to talking about the game? He handed over a trophy. Where? You want to talk about something serious? Fine. Let's get something serious. Tell me whether or not Donald Trump giving out the FIFA World Cup trophy is more important than this. Was it Ken? Yeah, Ken. Let me ask you this. State Representative Josh Elliot is the only candidate in Connecticut's 2026 Democrat primary for governor who has openly called for the abolishing of police. In a June 2020 Facebook post titled, "Why I'm Advocating to Abolish Police as a White Legislator," Elliot wrote that after conversations with activists, blacks, quote, "I believe in the mission." He attached a New York Times opinion piece by Miriam Kaba, probably another blacktivist, headlined, "Yes, we mean literally abolish the police." Elliot said abolishing the police is not the whole argument. The other half is setting up services so there's a true reduction in crime. He described his role as a white legislator representing a majority white district as one of leading with advocates and activists, pushing his constituents in difficult ways, he says, and being pushed, shamed, and strong-armed into adopting the vanguard of social change. So I ask you, Ken, what is more dangerous? If this guy becomes governor and actually abolishes the police, he does so much damage to the police departments of this state that officers just say, screw it, I'm out. What happens then? And then, of course, he gets social change, you know. You don't have to steal anyone. Here's more food stamps. Oh, I'm sorry. What's more dangerous? Huh? The state in the hands of somebody like Josh Elliott? By the way, Joshy, yeah, somebody on your team, get in touch. Get in touch. I know it's been 6 years. I'm sure you're different now. I'm sure. I don't want to hold you to this. Kevin Rennie is. I don't want to hold you to this. I'm just going to say it was one of those moments. George Floyd, he was on the ground. The video shows something sketchy. I get it. Kind of emotional. I get it. I know you don't really feel like this. There's some inner city folks right now just going, oh, I don't know if I like him. You're going to have to explain this. I know you said you're going to come here before the primary. We may have to talk about this, buddy. I know it was an emotional time. I understand, you know. There was, mostly peaceful protests going on, burning buildings, 24 people dead, billions of dollars in damages. I get it, dude. This is not you. It was, you were drunk at a party. I get it. Because that's what this sounds like. This was like, Facebooking when you're partying with your friends, one too many bottles of champagne, wine, whatever the case may have been, opining about the troubles of the world. Out there going, yes, the world needs to change. Is there any more Merlot? Yes, I was thinking about that too. There has to be police reforms. Abolish the police? I don't see why not. No, not that Merlot. The other one. Yes, absolutely. The Maloney. Yes, that one. I love that one. Somebody's got to explain it to me. Come on. This is one. I've been to these parties, folks. I have. I've been to these parties. Everybody's sitting around, highly educated. I went to Harvard. I went to Yale. I went to Cambridge. And they always do this when you're in a conversation with them, especially when you're black. I can never tell you about your personal experiences. But I think. I love those conversations. And if you push back on them, they lose their mind. I can't believe you think those things. So, you're from the inner city? I just want to know. And I wonder, look, Lamont's not far off from this. He was the guy after George Floyd's death who said that the police needed to be reformed. Right? This was the guy who jumped on board as soon as he heard that there was a disparity in tickets here in Connecticut. He wasn't all that even-keeled about it. He was really concerned about the blacktivists. Oh, and the blacktivists were out there getting in front of cameras shouting. You can't say anything when a black woman's in front of a camera shouting. Can't dispel anything that woman says. You have to be able, when a black woman, person of color, is making their point, you got to chill out.
We can do our best work when we're in community together like we are tonight, because the toxic feels smaller when we support each other. But don't make it about yourself. As white women, we need to use our privilege to make positive changes. If you find yourself talking over or speaking for BIPOC individuals, or God forbid, correcting them, just take a beat. And instead, we can put our listening ears on. So do learn from and amplify the voices of those who have been historically marginalized, and use the privilege you have in order to push for systemic change. As white people, we have a lot to learn and unlearn. So do check your blind spots.
All that to say, be quiet, Negroes talking. Abolish the police. Come on, Josh, you got to explain this. Put out a statement. I know you're probably going to ignore it. It's like, oh, I'm not going to pay attention. Put out a statement. Tell your folks to put out a statement. You know, it was a moment. You know, everybody was doing it. It was 6 years ago. You can say you've evolved on the subject. You know, after speaking with police officers and those who risked their lives, we've had a change of heart about what they do and the sacrifices they've made. Look, I'm writing it for you. This is the reason why. Well, don't hire me because that would be conflict of interest. Oh, this just, I don't know, just abolish the police, he said. Abolish the police. I don't know. We'll see whether or not he actually changes his mind or his tune on that. The debate's coming up between the two of them on, I think it's WTNH. I don't think it's FSB. It's got to be TNH. I'll double check that. I want to see if he's asked about it. If I were him, I would just come out and say it now. Just release a statement. Don't let that come back to bite you. There's some people in Connecticut who do not want to hear that nonsense. You got to clear that up now. Let's take a break. When we come back, more news, more views. Lamont has an election integrity, I guess, I don't know, some speech he gave today. Susan Bysowich did most of the speaking. We'll play some of that audio from it as well. Apparently, Adam 12 was there, and there was a little bit of a shouting match or something like that. I don't know, but we'll find out. We'll talk about it more when we get returned. Stand by. It's Reese on the radio.
Hi, I'm Joe with SimpleSaleUSA.com, and I buy houses cash. If you own a house and want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me at 203-896-4000. I can pay cash and close in as little as 7 days. I buy houses in any condition, any price range, and more importantly, anywhere in Connecticut. I'm a private real estate investor who buys several houses a month, and I want to buy more. I buy inherited houses, divorce houses, behind in payment houses. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Do you own a house that is trash and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, because I love buying junk houses. I buy vacant houses, abandoned houses, condemned houses, and even foreclosure houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast, call me at 203-896-4000. That's 203-896-4000. 203-896-4000.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-358-6868. That's 800-358-6868. Again, 800-358-6868.
It's Reese on the radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
We'll talk about the Lamont thing in the next hour. Also, there was a it was a circuit court decision on the vote. We want to talk about that as well. That story is far from over. As we get to that. Also, I want to preview tomorrow's show as we talk about Erin's Law. Samantha, the mom of a Solomon Schechter, former student of Solomon Schechter, she will be here. Mark from West Hartford also will be here on the program tomorrow to talk about that. And I will let you know what I'm asking legislators to do on Erin's Law. It is a law that's already in place. And I guess all we need is some enforcement of said law. We'll break down everything, every aspect of the law, bring you up to speed of this 2015 law that for some odd reason is not being either implemented or being held to the standards of our schools. It also needs to be expanded to private schools, and we will work on that effort when we talk to Samantha tomorrow. Roseanne and I decided that we're going to do a show, and it is somewhat separate of what we do here on this program, but I thought it would be helpful to showcase some of the restaurants around Connecticut, no matter where they are. And who doesn't love to eat? But one of the most struggling businesses in the country, and much so here in Connecticut, are restaurants to stay around. And they don't really have a lot of the advertising dollars to do so. Also, they really need the help of word of mouth. You guys are fantastic with that. So please go to my Facebook page, Reese on the Radio. You can do it by going to reeseontheradio.com. And just go to my Facebook page and watch the coming soon sort of promo video of the first installment of the episode that we filmed yesterday in Manchester. And we want to thank the folks over at Pasha. And I'm pronouncing it as best I can. A Turkish restaurant in Manchester on Broad Street. And we were there last night, and I'm cutting together all the video of that event or of that evening so that it airs every Sunday. So we got a whole lot of footage. We met the owner there, her husband. They've only been open for 17 months. And it also gets an opportunity for you to watch me eat food that I've never eaten before. Roland always rags on me, as does Roseanne, that I don't get out enough, that I don't try enough exotic foods or different foods. I'm a simple pizza and Chinese food guy. I like bland white rice. Well, I actually tried Turkish food yesterday, and you'll get to see me try it. And I had a hell of a time, so I tried it. And you'll be able to watch it every week, called Family Dinner with Reese and Roseanne. And I want to thank Sal Simsick, the running for Congress in the 26th district. He was there. He was the one that got us there. He sat and had dinner with us. He's also in the episode, and his father-in-law, Edward. He and I became fast friends during that. Adam 12 was there. His wife was there. We all sat around, broke bread, and talked and had a blast while I filmed everything. I did all the work, as usual. The rest of them were just hanging out. I had to set up the cameras, I had to set up the microphones, set up the camera angles, I had to do the following, I had to do the B-roll. Everybody else just sat around and ate. It wasn't even my idea, and I did all the work. So anyway, I hope you'll check it out. Like I said, go to my Reese on the Radio page. That's my website, and then go to the Facebook page, and you can watch the clip of it. If you know somebody who has a restaurant and would like to participate in it, let me know. Go to reeseontheradio.com and go to the comment section. Let's get a first check of weather and traffic Our good friend Mark Christopher is here. He is in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. Hey, Mark.
All right, Reese, thank you very much. Good afternoon. If you're westbound 84, you've got delays approaching the Bulkley Bridge in East Hartford out to 47 Sigourney. 84 eastbound's tied up 46 an Avenue into the tunnel. 91 southbound delays getting by 33 Jennings Road in Hartford. If you're traveling 2 westbound delays, 1D up to the 84 West merge in East Hartford. 291 westbound slowing exit 2 up to the Bissell Bridge in South Windsor with the road work. If you are traveling in Middletown, 9 northbound's heavy approaching the Aragoni Bridge. As you move 84 eastbound and Waterbury delays 18 to the Mixmaster. And again, from exit 26 down to the 691 interchange. Westbound 84, we have a problem on the left shoulder. Looks like an accident just west of exit 29. In Southington, delays are back to exit 30 behind that. And 84 eastbound coming into Waterbury, delays 18 up to the Mixmaster. South 95 New Haven slowing 46 down to 43 in West Haven. Traffic and weather together on the 8th WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Following a pleasant afternoon, clouds will be on the increase overnight with a low temperature of 60 degrees. It'll be a little bit breezy when you wake up in the morning. We will see a couple of showers and a thunderstorm later tomorrow afternoon with a high temperature of 80 degrees. A couple of showers and a thunderstorm tomorrow night, mainly before midnight, otherwise cloudy and humid with a low temperature of 71. We will see another round of showers and thunderstorms on Wednesday. However, these storms on Wednesday can produce some localized damaging winds, the high temperature 86. Mostly sunny, pleasant behind that front on Thursday with a high temperature of 80. And mostly sunny on Friday, the high temperature 82. This is meteorologist Chad Merrill in the WTIC Weather Center.
This is an important public service announcement for our listeners. Reese on the Radio is also a podcast. You can find us anytime on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Catch the full episode, listen by individual hour, or jump straight to the highlights. Just open up your favorite podcast app, search Reese on the Radio, and hit the follow button so you can get every minute of the show your way and on your time. This is WTIC News Talk 1080 with Brian and Company in the morning, Reese on the Radio in the afternoon, and news around the clock. WTIC and WTIC FM HD2 Hartford and Odyssey Station.
82 degrees, 4 o'clock. I'm Dave Mager, WTIC 1080 News, going down to about 60 tonight, about 80 with some thunderstorms tomorrow. A suspect set off fireworks and started a fire with a flammable liquid outside a New York City federal building this morning. The FBI says he also fired a pellet gun. The suspect in custody is a U.S. Army vet, Andrew Arabaka of Poughkeepsie, believed to be an opponent of White House immigration policy. This is New York Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch.
Once he arrives, he ignites a bundle of what appears to be fireworks, which begin to smoke. He then goes back into his cart and takes out an airsoft rifle and proceeds to brandish it. And he appears to fire several pellets from the airsoft rifle.
That building, 26 Federal Plaza, has been the site of demonstrations against ICE. The suspect was tackled by a security officer. The U.S. says a service member was killed in Iraq Saturday. Also, the U.S. identified 2 American service members killed earlier in an Iranian attack on a base in Jordan. They were First Lieutenant Tyler Feehan of Hawaii and 19-year-old Private Isabella Gonzalez of Texas. Another soldier is missing and presumed dead. The attack came as the U.S. continues to strike Iran. Shipping through the Strait of Hormuz has largely stalled, and last month's agreement to work on a deal has failed.
This memo of understanding, which both sides have now declared dead, was aimed at getting the strait reopened. That was the focus there, to try to bring down oil prices, bring down gas prices. But there are concerns about the security in the area. The U.S. blockade is back in effect of Iranian ports, and right now, traffic in the strait has, of course, very much slowed down.
ABC's Karen Travers. 17 American soldiers have been killed since the start of the war. Oil prices up over the weekend and up again slightly today. $83 a barrel for U.S. crude, $89 for Brent crude. AAA says the average gas price nationally is back up to $4 a gallon. It's $4.10 in Connecticut. Meriden police say a domestic violence victim died in a baseball bat attack Sunday morning. Happened outside a residence on Sagamore Road. Police found a man striking the victim in the head with a bat. An officer then shot the suspect, who was hospitalized. No names have been released. The treasurer for a parent-teacher organization in Wallingford accused of stealing about $22,000. The Highland Elementary School PTO reported the missing funds. Police say 39-year-old Erica Vitale had full access to the money and could not provide receipts or bank statements for what was missing. She's charged with first-degree larceny and fraudulent use of an ATM. 3 weeks from the Connecticut primaries, the Democratic Party-endorsed candidate for U.S. House in the 1st District, Luke Bronin, has been calling for generational change. 14-term incumbent John Larson says his constituents know his experience is a plus.
When you're viewed by them as someone who is capable of amplifying their representation in Congress, I feel very confident that the people recognize that and see that.
Meantime, Bronin says his message is resonating.
That is a widespread sentiment. I'm hearing it out there all the time as I'm talking to voters across this district. People want to see a Democratic Party that's bringing a whole new energy to this fight, and they want to see us get better as a party and making the changes we need to make.
Jillian Gilchrist and Ruth Fortune also in that race. With phone and online scams on the rise, the Better Business Bureau unveiling its scam tracker heat map. Using colors, consumers can see where scams are being reported by location with descriptions and dates. The Bureau's Kristen Johnson says Connecticut sees one type of scam more frequently than others.
But we also see a lot of employment scams and investment scams here in Connecticut, and those tend to be higher dollar losses. Right now we're seeing a lot of phishing scams too. That's phishing with a PH, and what that means is someone is either trying to steal your personal information or your money.
For the scam tracker, go to bbb.org/scam tracker. More than 4 million Americans defaulted on their student loans over the last year.
Defaults on student loan payments have reached record levels. A new analysis by the Associated Press shows 1 in 5 borrowers are now at least 9 months past due. That's at least 9.5 million people. Those in default include those whose loans became due again following a long pause during the pandemic. As of now, the Trump administration has held off on garnishing wages or Social Security payments for those who haven't paid, but that could happen at any time. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
On Wall Street, the Dow closing down 307. S&P lost 14 points. NASDAQ wound up slightly in the red as well, minus 12 points. Sports, White Sox in Baltimore, Orioles at Fenway Park. The Red Sox have won 13 straight games. Peyton Tolley on the mound tonight, pregame 6:10 on WTIC. Yankees and Pirates in New York, the Mets in Milwaukee. For more, check out WTIC.com. I'm Dave Maker. WTIC 1080 News.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. I've been asked many times how Morgan & Morgan became the largest injury firm in the world. I think I know. When someone comes to us for an on-the-job injury, we have a huge workers' compensation practice. But many times we find a defective product that was responsible for that injury. Luckily for them, we have a product liability section headed by my son Mike. In addition to the comp case, there is a product case too. Other times, the injured worker is fired or harassed for bringing that claim. We have them covered. Our employment lawyers handle retaliation claims as well as wage theft and discrimination cases, and in some cases need to file for Social Security benefits. No problem. We became big for a reason. 30% of our new cases come as referrals from former clients. Hiring us is easy. Go to forthepeople.com on your mobile device or computer, or call Pound Law on your cell, pound 529. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Dial Pound Law.
Nicholas Russo, 157 Church Street, New Haven, 06510.
Reese is on the radio. Here we go now. He's on the radio. One time, he's on the radio. Give it to him now. He's on the radio. Yo, we never finish 'cause the party don't stop. The way we consider politics, we on top. We flip it like sandals, except we never flop. And when we drop, you know we gon' pop. Reese is on the radio. Here we go now. Reese is on the radio. One time, come on. Reese is on the radio. Give it to him now. Reese is on the radio.
All right, first half gone, second half of Reese on the Radio underway, and I will tell you about my Saturday morning with John Larson. a story you do not want to miss. So stand by. We'll be back with that and a whole lot more. That's the first time I've ever done anything that corny. Let's get to traffic and weather. Mark Christopher, he's in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. Hey, Mark.
Since soccer's been so prevalent, did you have a friendly with Senator Larson? Congressman Larson?
Oh, you're going to make me give it away? Yes, I actually
You had
did.
a friendly?
Oh,
Okay.
my goodness. You are not going to believe this story.
All right.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing.
Don't go anywhere.
You got it.
If you're heading into Hartford right now, 84 eastbound, you got delays 48 Capitol Avenue into the tunnel. Westbound 84 is a little slow approaching the Bulkley Bridge in East Hartford out to 47 Sigourney Street. Southbound 91 delays Hartford 33 down to 32 A and B. After that, it's moving well down into Meriden. Northbound 91's okay. Cromwell up into Windsor Locks. 291 westbound slowing from exit 2 up to the Bissell Bridge in South Windsor. 2 westbound delays 1D up to the 84 West merge in East Hartford. 9 northbound slowing Harbor Park up to the Aragoni Bridge in Middletown. 84 westbound, we have a problem in Southington left shoulder right at exit 29. Look for delays back to exit 30 behind that. If you're traveling 84 eastbound into Waterbury, delays 18 to the Mixmaster. 84 eastbound's a little slow in Cheshire, approaching the 691 interchange. And South 95 New Haven tight from exit 46 down to 44 in New Haven. Traffic and weather together on the 8th WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Lots of sunshine here this afternoon. The clouds will be increasing overnight with the low temperature down to 60 degrees. Tomorrow, a volatile day. A couple of showers and a few heavy thunderstorms with gusty winds just in time for the afternoon and evening commute. The high temperature up to 80 degrees. Those showers and thunderstorms will end early tomorrow night and then cloudy and humid. The low temperature 71. Wednesday, that same front will be draped across the region, so we will have a couple of showers and a thunderstorm. The potential is there for localized damaging wind gusts. The high temperature 86. On the flip side of the front, mostly sunny, less humid Thursday. The high temperature 80. Mostly sunny, 82 on Friday. Right now, 81 in Bristol, 79 in Willimantic, and 80 in Hartford. This is meteorologist Chad Merrill in the WTIC Weather Center.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits. Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2026 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-329-1010. That's 1-800-329-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-329-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
It's Reese on the radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
Now, I don't know who I would even be directing this to, but whoever they are, and I know they listen, you know who I'm talking about, and you guys are going to have to step your game up. So I got a heads up, of course, from Adam 12, who told me Friday night after the show, hey, don't forget, get ready. We got to do this. Dinner with Roseanne and Reese. And I'm like, okay, all right, I'm finally going to do it. And he goes, Larson's going to be in Southington tomorrow morning. I'm like, where? Where's he going to be? It's like, I just got an alert. I'm like, okay. I'm not even going to tell you where I'm getting the alert from. That in and of itself, if you see me, you ask me, I'll tell you. Anyway. So I'm like, what time is he going to be there? 10 o'clock. I'm like, all right. What do I have planned? Nothing really. I'm supposed to go somewhere. Hey, you know what? Screw it. You know, I'm going to go. No, I'm not going to go. I wake up in the morning. I wake up at 7 o'clock, and I have nothing to do. It's the beginning of the weekend, so I don't really have work to do. Like, I don't have to go through the news and all that other stuff. I can do that later on in the night. So I text Adam. I'm like, hey, where's this thing at? He says it's Southington. I'm like, oh, okay. He gives me the address. I was like, okay. So it's at Southington High School. I decide to drive down there. Figure I'd make it a quick morning. And I promised Roseanne, you know what? Stay home. And when I get back, I'll take you out to breakfast. Sure, absolutely. Oh, you're the greatest husband. You know, what she usually says. So I went out there, and it's supposed to be, it said, join Team Larson for a community canvas. Be a part of the movement. So the objective was, go down, meet at Southington High School. Larson will be there. You can join him. Canvas the area. Hey, vote for Larson kind of deal. I don't know whether or not this was really promoted well. Let's just say I got there, and it was less than par. And I'm sure Larson, being a good guy, disappointed, but whatever, we'll do something else. But I showed up anyway. And I'm literally dragging my behind there. Because I wasn't in the mood. I didn't want to go down there and do the whole, shock jock thing, as some people call it. I wasn't there for that. I just wanted to go see Larson because I barely get to talk to him anymore. We used to be buddies. I'm kidding. I had one ulterior motive because I knew something, but I had to make sure that it was true. So I drive up and I see two small SUVs, one larger than the other. And I'm driving around, and I see them there, and I see a sign for Larson, and I go, oh, okay, they must be over here. And I look, sitting in the passenger seat, it's John Larson himself. Small crew of people. Could have been any more than four, maybe 5 people. And I get out, Larson looks at me, waves, hey, but he goes one step further. Hey, Reese. Whew. Larson knows my name. For all this time, I thought that he was just that black guy. He knows my name, but he's on the phone, so I don't bug him. Go over to introduce myself to the other guys. I do. I meet Tim Appleton. I didn't know him at the time, but he and I had a long conversation later on. We'll get into that. In fact, Tim, if you're listening, you should come on the show. We had a great conversation. I want Tim to come here to talk about something I was talking about back in 2022. But I digress. Let's get to the point. So, as I'm there communicating with the folks, who are you? I'm Reese, WTIC. I'm wearing a shirt with WTIC on it. They know who I am. But they're pretending. For what reason, I don't know. They're pretending that they don't know who I am. Okay. I guess it was in some way to intimidate me. You're not as famous as you think you are. I mean, I know they knew who I was. So anyway, I don't say anything. All right, whatever. And then Larson finishes his phone call, and he walks over. And I look at him, and I go, hey, a thank you would be nice. And he goes, what, you want a kiss? And I went, no, I specifically said thank you. So he walks over, shakes my hand, and I look at him, and I go, hey, I'm just here because I'm wondering if there's a response. Is that a response to what? So I whip out my phone, and I click Luke Bronin. And him answering my question about whether or not he does, he answers to the will of the people. Larson's looking at it and he goes, I've never seen this. What? I said, John, you don't know that there was an interview with Luke Bronin on my show? Nope, no one's ever shown me this. I'm like, wait a minute, your campaign put out a video of his interview with me talking about $250,000 not being in. I don't know anything about that. Do you want to watch the clip? Yeah. So I play the entire clip. You know it. Everybody knows it. Luke Bronin says that he does not represent the people when he goes to Washington. They elect him to decide on his own what's best for them. His words, not mine. I'm paraphrasing, but barely. To which Larson responds, what? It's in the Constitution. So I go, oh, okay. And I said, so if you saw that, if you didn't see that, you clearly didn't see this. To which I played him the video of Luke Bronin talking about, I haven't heard John Larson talk about anything other than Social Security for the past 12 years, and he done nothing about it. He hasn't watched this. He's never seen it before. And I'm looking at his people who were nodding along, said, oh, yeah, I saw that. And I'm looking at Larson going, you haven't seen this? It's like, no. No one's shown this to him? No person? His opponent is out there talking smack about he's been talking about Social Security for 12 years and no one can remember what's in his legislation. I mean, I couldn't be more baffled. So I take the opportunity to say to John Larson, hey, I think you should respond to the guy. As instigators do. I mean, I don't know, Mr. Larson. If I were you, I would. Guy talk smack like that about my mama. But nonetheless, he was like, for the first time, folks, I'm not kidding you. For the first time, John Larson said, and I quote, yeah, we'll do the show. Yeah. Started giving me telephone numbers of people to call. And again, I want to thank the gentleman. I want to thank him. But to know that his folks who know that interview is out there, the guy is saying that he doesn't represent, he's handing you a gift. Again, and I got no horse in this race. I'm just looking at this as a political animal. That's my whole deal. As an animal of politics, how you do not scour the earth to find something that this guy said in an interview that everyone is talking about. And your folks didn't even play it for that guy to say, this guy doesn't even understand the Constitution. I've been a representative since 1996, and I know that my job is to serve my constituents. This guy, this upstart, who is he? He doesn't even know that there is an active audience who's watching that, disseminating that. It's actually sharing that video overwhelmingly. Sharing it so much that they are responding negatively to Luke Bronin, and his opponent knows nothing about it. That's why I began this by saying, hey, you folks got to step up your game. I'm sorry. If I was the campaign manager, I'd have fired all of you. All of you. If it was your job to scour, if it was your job to do oppo research, I'd have fired all of you. And I would have publicly shamed you. I'd have called a press conference to call you a clown. And I mean every bit of it. You're supposed to be running this guy's campaign. He's from the 96 era. And you guys are running it like you're in that 86 era. You're forgetting that there's social media out there. You're forgetting that there are constituents in Hartford, young, impressionable, African-American, and voters, I might add, voters in that community who are now talking. And if they looked at the videos, they'd have seen them. There are black folks saying, you know what, I really, really do like Larson. Or I stood up for Luke Bronin. I didn't know he was like that. He ain't even working for us. I'm voting for Larson now. And his folks don't know about that? Larson knows nothing about that? That he can capitalize on this? Again, I know some people are saying, Reese, are you rooting for Larson? No! I'm just saying this as an objective observer. As campaigns go, this is sloppy. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Let me read what they said in here. Larson's own team is trying to bury him, Michael A. says. I don't know. Maybe. I understand that there's a little bit of incumbent fatigue everywhere, especially in the Democrat Party. It's very likely, Michael A. I will not, I'm not going to dispute that. It's quite likely. Trying to put the old man out the pasture. But damn. This is the reason why I couldn't do an assistant. I couldn't. I tell my wife this all the time. Well, you should get an assistant if you're so sick and tired of doing it yourself. I'm like, no, they're only going to get in the way. And I would crucify them if they forgot something or missed something. Like that, if I was running a campaign and my Oppo research team wasn't, like the person that I want, and this is true, I want a me to run that. I want him at home with his wife and children telling them, get away from me. I've got a campaign to win. You can see Daddy after November. I'll take you all away for Christmas. Sorry. But that's, maybe get a single person that's like me. Maybe not get a guy with a family. Maybe that's not a good idea. Yeah, like it'll be, remember the old days when you would hire someone and the first thing you asked, you married? You have a family? Because you want to hire the guy. That's, this is part of that disparity. By the way, ladies, if you don't know this, especially liberal ladies, if you don't know this, that's the reason why there's a wage gap difference, right? 77 cents of every dollar. The difference, there it is, you only make 77 cents to the dollar. It's because the single guy or even the married guy, even sometimes the married guy, you can get them to do anything and everything, more than likely. If they haven't started a family, they're not planning on starting one. They want to make their bones in the industry. They will work late nights. They will do the overtime. They will go overseas for a month, especially in the CEO ranks or the corporate business ranks. Those guys will do everything. Yeah, I'll tack on the miles. Oh, I've got to go to Venice? Absolutely. More miles. I'll just use my miles. Yeah, they love that stuff. Women, on the other hand, nothing against you, but you need some me time. I get it, Find your spiritual center. I'm teasing. Don't get mad. I'm just playing. Before they get mad at me. But that being said, that's who Larson needs on his team. A tireless worker bee, scouring everything to make sure that his opponent doesn't get a leg up. Your opponent's going to be in Southington. I'm going to be there too. The opponent's going to be in Target. I'm going to be there too. While he's in houseware, I'm in dinnerware. Going to be right there. I need the female vote. I'm going over to the Magnolia section inside Target. Yeah, I know you ladies know about that. I'm in there all the time. Roseanne loves that spot. Zach says Larson could save a lot of money and miss less by having Croc send him everything his opponent said the past day. That's also true. Good point, Zach. He could just use AI. It's absolutely right. Brett says, "Sign me up." Right, dude? Brett, you want to be the dogged intern that's doing anything and everything 24 hours a day? I'll be that guy. I would be that guy in a heartbeat. That's who I was when I started as an intern in radio. I was up in the middle of the night. I was calling the bimbos. Oh, yeah. Like the groupies who would call up the host of the show. I'd have to field those phone calls. Hey, how are you doing? What would you like? Oh, I want to meet the host. No, well, that's not as easy as you think it is. Give me some information about you. I'll be happy to pass it on. Well, can you have him come? Nope, not going to happen. That phone call is going to happen. You want to say anything to him, it'll go through me, and I'll convey it to him. If he feels like having a conversation with you, we'll let you know. I remember that movie Swimming with Sharks is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Work. And no intern could work for me. It just couldn't. Let's get another check on traffic and weather. Mark Christopher's back. He is in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. Have you ever had an assistant, Mark?
No.
No?
No, I've never reached those heights.
But would you
to have an assistant?
Would you want one?
Oh yeah, I would love to have.
Really?
One.
A guy or gal Friday kind of guy or gal Friday kind of deal. Like a regular intern, maybe grab records, pick up, speakers and stuff like that.
Yeah, whoever could do the job the best. I don't care.
Okay.
Guy, girl.
I couldn't. They get in my way. For me,
really?
Yeah, it would be like putting a tripwire in front of me.
That would not be good.
Yeah.
That would be not. You know what it is, though? It's funny when people want to help you load out at a gig.
Yeah.
It's great until you get to the van.
Yeah.
And there's a certain way you got to put everything in, or it doesn't fit right.
That's right.
And when people start putting stuff in, you got to take half of it out and start all over again. So.
That's what I mean by getting in my way.
Exactly. I know what you're saying now. Maybe that's not a good idea to have somebody. So we'll see. All right. Well, Reese, if you're heading into Hartford right now, the ride on the southbound side of I-91 is a little bit tight. 33 Jennings Road down to 32 A and B. And you're slowing again as you move 19 down to 17 in Meriden. Westbound 84 tight up East Hartford approaching the Bulkley Bridge out to 45 Flatbush. 84 eastbound's locked up 46 Sisson Avenue into the tunnel. 91 southbound a little tight 33 down to 32 A and B. 291 westbound slowing exit 2 up to the Bissell. 2 westbound's tight 1D up to the 84 West merge. 9 northbound slowing approaching Harbor Park up to the Aragoni Bridge in Middletown. 84 westbound in Waterbury slowing 22 to the Mixmaster. Eastbound 84 is tied up 18 to the Mixmaster. If you are traveling right now on the westbound side of 84, we had an accident on the left shoulder by exit 29. Looks like that's clear, but look for just a little bit of a delay approaching 30 to 29. That should ease out quickly now. And if you're traveling on the eastbound side of 84 in Newtown, you've got delays 8 in Danbury up to exit 11 in Newtown on the eastbound side of 84. Traffic and weather together on the 8s. WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Clouds on the increase for the overnight. The low temperature down to 60 degrees. We will have a couple of showers and a thunderstorm for the evening commute tomorrow with a high temperature of 80. A couple of showers and a thunderstorm early tomorrow night. Otherwise mostly cloudy. The low 71. And we are watching for a couple of showers and a thunderstorm that can produce some localized damaging winds on Wednesday, the high 86. Mostly sunny, less humid Thursday, the high 80. This is meteorologist Chad Merrill in the WTIC Weather Center.
And now, a WTIC news update.
82 degrees in Hartford at 4:30. I'm Dave Mager, WTIC 1080 News. The fiesta ongoing in Spain. The World Cup champions returned to Madrid, where a crowd estimated that 2 million showed up, and the team rolled through aboard an open-top bus. Players danced and interacted with the fans along the route. Spain's national team, meantime, shared a photo of their podium moment in New Jersey yesterday without President Trump in the frame. Like the Olympics, the World Cup always promises a big payday for host cities, but one sector of the economy in New York isn't seeing the projected payoff.
The economic impact of the World Cup on the city's hotel industry is described as lukewarm by Vijay Dandapani with the city's Hotel Association.
It's just not the huge bonanza that they kept saying.
They, meaning FIFA, and the number they projected was 1.2 million people. His numbers show about 158 million in revenue from June 11th to July 11th.
That was meant to be 300 million.
John Fitzpatrick owns 2 Midtown hotels.
One thing I felt about the World Cup, it was just spread so far across the country. It was very hard to get an atmosphere going.
He says there's more demand for the U.S. Open.
Mac Rosenberg of Odyssey Station 1010 wins. A lawyer says alleged serial rapist brothers Andrew and Tristan Tate will fight extradition to the UK. That's where they face rape and sex trafficking charges. The online influencers arrested in Miami over the weekend. They appeared before a federal magistrate this afternoon. A judge will decide if they meet the conditions for extradition. Meantime, they're in federal custody. During a recent trip to Washington, the brothers were hosted by Paolo Zampoli, a longtime friend of President Trump. Federal judge issues a 2-week injunction pausing the mega merger between Paramount and Warner Brothers. That will allow states, including Connecticut, more time to advance their case in court. The states say Paramount's buyout would extinguish competition and cost consumers. On Wall Street, the Dow closed down 307, S&P dropped 14 points, the Nasdaq was down 12 points. WTIC Sports, Red Sox and Orioles at Fenway Park tonight. Pregame 6:10 on WTIC. Red Sox have won 13 straight. Yankees and Pirates in New York, the Mets in Milwaukee. For more, check out WTIC.com. I'm Dave Maker, WTIC 1080 News.
I'm Ultima Morgan. Every year, almost 30,000 babies in America are born with birth injuries. It's every parent's worst nightmare. If your child suffered a birth injury, please call our firm to find out if we can help.
Injured? Dial pound law. Nicholas Russo, 157 Church Street, New Haven, 06510.
WTIC News Talk 1080 is celebrating America's 250th birthday all month long. So we're asking, what does being American mean to you?
What it means to be American for me is building communities.
This American moment is sponsored by Cussin Automotive.
In Hartford, Chase is proud to root for the home team because they're our team too. We cheer from the bleachers and on the sidelines. We cheer for gymnasts and quarterbacks. And with more than 25 local Chase branches and 5,000 nationwide, we're right beside you, Hartford. Neighborhood bankers, digital tools, national strength. Chase, make more of what's yours.
JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Keep WTIC News Talk 1080 with you all summer long for the information you need. Weather forecasts from Bob Cox help you plan your summertime activities. Taking a trip? Mark Christopher's traffic reports will get you there without the hassle. Plus, up-to-the-minute news reports twice an hour. No matter where you go, listen on the Odyssey or iHeartRadio apps and stay informed with what's going on back in CT. Because when you're on vacation, we're not. WTIC News Talk 1080.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Reese will be there.
Mr. Mayor. How you doing? You know who I am?
Your face looks familiar. Oh, okay.
Reese on the radio.
Okay, yeah.
I've been dying to get in a room with you to get some audience with you.
Okay.
Is it possible to come on the show?
Yeah.
Reese will be there.
Well, I'm saying it's $500 million that did not go back to tourism or to the towns that it was allotted for. I kind of feel like people are treating it like, oh, it's just $500 million. I mean, there's some people who are outraged.
This is all precedes me, by the way, but
Reese will be there.
And third, what if multiple jurisdictions need the forensic van? Will they have to wait in line? Anybody? Third question?
In the third part, I'm not that good. What was the third question?
Third question was, if multiple jurisdictions need the forensic van, will they have to wait in line? And I guess I can say a fourth part, will that delay investigations if there's a long line?
Well, I think what you're asking, I mean, there's multiple calls on the lab on any given day. So it doesn't change anything. Again, they'll have to prioritize, but I'm not overly concerned about that.
Reese will be there.
So make sure you're tuned in Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. so that Reese can be there for you.
Stay locked in. Reese on the radio is on WTIC News Talk 1080.
All right, when we come back, I'll talk about the governor's, I guess, some sort of symposium, conversation, whatever this nonsense was, about voter integrity, and, of course, about the situation with the lawsuit that was overturned against the Trump administration to get the voter data from the state of Connecticut. We'll talk about a little bit of that with some audio sound bites to boot. And I've got plenty of other audio sound bites that I've got to play as well, so stand by for that as it relates to the DSA, the Democratic Socialists of America. And a whole bunch of other news and views to get into as well. So stand by for that. Plus, the stupidest thing I read today coming up as well. Let's get another check of traffic and weather. Mark Christopher is back. He is in the beep. Nope, almost here. Okay, we'll be here in a second. You know I'm about to say it. It's like I have to follow the clock. There it is. Now I have to wait for the sounder. That's my thing. Let's get another check of weather and traffic. Mark Christopher's back. He is in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. Hey, Mark.
Hey, Reese, thank you very much. Good afternoon, and good afternoon to you and everyone. And if you are heading into downtown Hartford right now, the eastbound side of 84, just a little slow, 48 Capitol Avenue to the tunnel. Westbound 84 is tied up approaching the Bulkley Bridge out to 44 Prospect Oakwood. Southbound 91's a little delayed, 33 down to 32A and B. If you are traveling 291 westbound, a little slow, exit 2 up to the Bissell Bridge. 2 westbound slowing from exit 1D up to the 84 West merge in East Hartford. If you're 9 northbound, slowing approaching Harbor Park to the Erie Bridge. 91 southbound, a little slow from 19 in Meriden down to 17 for the Wilbur-Cross Parkway. Over to Waterbury, you've got slow traffic now, 18 to the Mixmaster. Westbound 84 slowing from exit from the 691 interchange up to exit 26 in Cheshire. And in New Haven, 95 southbound delays 46 down to 43 in West Haven. Traffic and weather together on the 8th WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Plenty of sunshine out there right now. A gorgeous late afternoon. Clouds will be increasing overnight with a low temperature of 60. A couple of showers and a thunderstorm for the afternoon and evening commute tomorrow. 1 or 2 of those storms could produce some gusty winds, so keep that in mind. Tomorrow night, cloudy, humid, a couple of showers and a thunderstorm, mainly early before 7, 8 o'clock. And then it'll be dry, but humid, the low temperature 71. A return of a couple of showers and a thunderstorm on Wednesday. Localized damaging wind gusts are possible. The high temperature up to 86. Less humid, mostly sunny on Thursday behind a cold front. The high temperature 80. Mostly sunny, 82 degrees on Friday. Right now, 79 in Meriden, 81 in Granby, and 81 in Hartford. This is meteorologist Chad Merrill in the WTIC Weather Center.
Join us this Sunday for Tumalo Financial, your go-to for retirement planning and taxes. Tune in to the father-son duo from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. or catch replay from 5 to 6 p.m. Tumalo Financial, retirement planning with integrity on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Is your vehicle's AC blowing hot air? Stay cool this summer with AC Pro. Right now, get a $20 O'Reilly gift card after rebate with the purchase of a select AC Pro refrigerant kit. Beat the heat with AC Pro at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
WTIC News Talk 1080 is celebrating America's 250th birthday all month long. So we're asking, what does being American mean to you?
To be American means that I can live how I feel to live, as long as not infringing upon other people, to pray to whom I would like to pray to exist without being threatened or harmed, be a vital part of any environment here, as long as I am a value added. I feel that that's what it means to be an American.
This American moment is sponsored by Cussin Automotive. It's Reese on the radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
That's an interesting name. Let's do the thing.
This could very well be the stupidest person on the face of the earth.
Stupidest thing I read today comes from Fox News. New Hampshire Democrat says that she has a constitutional right to speed at 107 miles per hour. State Representative of Newmarket, Ellen Reed, says that she has the constitutional right to drive 107 miles per hour after she was pulled over while commuting from the State House. On December 2nd of 2024, Rockingham County deputies clocked her Toyota Yaris. Of all the cars, a Toyota Yaris. Have you seen one of those, Roland? She was driving 107 miles per hour in a 65 in Wyndham. She was later convicted of negligent driving, fined $1,240, and put on a 2-year good behavior deal. On June 5th of 2025, on the same interstate in Londonderry, she was doing 92 in a 65. That speeding charge is still pending. Her defense, she says, is a 1784 clause in the New Hampshire Constitution that says that lawmakers can't be arrested while going to or from the legislature. She says the stops themselves were illegal. The evidence should be tossed and the ticket should disappear. She admits that she was doing 85 on the first stop, but swears the 107 miles per hour is wrong. And she's really upset that there was no body cam or dash cam footage after the fact because the sheriff's office says that they can't afford the cameras. So sometimes these lawmakers make me laugh. Why does it always have to be the women? Do you know who I am? Oh, there's so many of that. So much of that. Federal judge has dismissed the Trump DOJ's lawsuit for Connecticut's full voter roll, including the Social Security and driver's licenses. A federal judge in Connecticut shut down the Justice Department's demand for the state's complete statewide voter registration list, including the last 4 digits of Social Security numbers and driver's license numbers. The ruling protects the data under a narrow read of a 1960s civil rights law that keeps the list under state control. And, of course, not to take a victory lap. This was far more different than that. This had nothing to do with a victory lap. This was interesting, what they did here. So it is, from what I gather, Ned Lamont, William Tong, Susan Bysewicz, I believe Matthew Blumenthal, or Matt Blumenthal as he is known, son of Richard, was at this event from the video that I saw. But and the Secretary of State, Stephanie, what's her name? I don't know, who cares? Sister girl. They were all there. So Susan Bysewicz, who pretty much runs the Lamont administration, he said, tongue firmly in cheek, okay? Before anybody says anything. This is the speech that she gave.
Thank you so much for joining us at this important moment to discuss the integrity of elections in Connecticut and our country. And we are here today to assure the people of Connecticut that our elections will be free and fair, and that no one should be concerned about the integrity of the election process in Connecticut. And it's important at this moment as our state has faced lawsuits. It's also important given the statements that the President of the United States made last week, trying to cast doubt on the validity and integrity of elections in our state.
Now, I got to ask the question, what are you holding this press conference for here in Connecticut? I always go back to my statement 2-3 years ago. Deep blue state, right? What are you responding to the president for? The votes were secure, right? You guys have been telling me this for the longest. Reese, now I know you're saying they cheat. Okay, sure, they cheat. I'm in agreement with you, right? So now you got me agreeing with you. Again, why are they holding this press conference? Anyone want to tell me that? What are they doing this for? They just signed a law that said there was no excuse absentee ballot. What is the press conference for? There's nothing they could do. They're a sovereign state, William Tong told us, right? They should be able to control their state and do whatever they want, and it's all theirs. They behaving like monarchs and rulers, right? They told us. So what are they saying? We want to make sure that we tell the people of Connecticut that the election is safe, free, and secure. Because somebody in Connecticut doesn't believe that, you have to reassure them. I thought the president had no wins here in Connecticut. He was probably just appealing to his rabid MAGA folks, right? It seems almost pointless to hold this press conference to ensure that people know that the elections are, unless, you know what this sounds like? This sounds like your wife having to prove to you that she isn't having an affair out of the blue. Just out of nowhere. She come. I'd like to make an announcement, sweetheart. There may be rumors out there that I am interested in another man, but those rumors couldn't be further away from the truth. No, I didn't heard nothing of the sort. There have been claims made before, but no, I'm okay. Is there a reason why you hold this? Just want to make sure. You may have had some doubts. I want to make sure that, that you hear it from me that I am not cheating, okay? There'll be some people out there rumbling, people who are not in this family. We're just random folks, people who do not care about your best interests. I want to make sure that you're not influenced by them into believing that I'm doing anything wrong. I mean, we're talking about these folks. Think about who they are. William Tong, Ned Lamont, Susan Bicewicz. Can't stand the president. Stood there on that stage, gave that speech, said that the president of the United States is spreading mis and disinformation. Okay, this is Connecticut. It's deep blue. You got nothing to fear here. What are you reiterating? What are you making sure of? I'll tell you. It is real simple. It resonated. And they know it did. They also know the state of Connecticut wants voter ID. Democrats overwhelmingly want voter ID. Their own party doesn't believe that their elections are free and fair, even here in the state of Connecticut. They can't. You can't have all of this crazy stuff going on and not have people from all walks of life going, damn, it's kind of easy for people to vote here. Damn, it's strange that if you have 1,000 bottles, you got to show an ID to make sure that you live in the state, but we can allow a credit card as proof of ID to go vote? Those folks read the news too. Okay? And as rabid as you might think some of these folks on the left are, who may vote for Ned Lamont, may vote for Susan Bicewicz, may even vote for William Tong, to believe that they are over-the-top, insane, blinder-on zealots who cannot stand anything on the right. I gave the quizzical look. Yeah, right. They know. They had to come out and say something to reassure those people who aren't so sure, who are skeptics. And therein lies the problem. That's the whole issue with Ned Lamont, with William Tong, with Susan Bicewicz. They are not confident. And why should they be? That report said that 18 states were compromised by China. Did anyone ask that question there? Was the governor what do you call it, briefed? Was he briefed on that intel? Has anyone briefed him since that report? I haven't heard any reports about any verification that Connecticut voter rolls were indeed compromised by the Communist Party of China. Why hasn't that question been asked? Why haven't we asked the governor if he's looked at the documents that have been declassified thus far? Adam 12 was there to ask today. Apparently, Susan Bicewicz only takes questions from legitimate media. Now they're determining what's legitimate. Susan, my dear, seriously, the Supreme Court has already settled that, my dear. It's what you kids like to call settled science. It's settled law. Adam 12, with simply a cell phone in his hand, is legitimate media. You answer to him. You don't know that? You don't answer to the media. You answer to me. You don't get that? You answer to every person who's in this chat room. You answer to Brett. You answer to, who else is here? You answer to Zach. You answer to Albert. You answer to all of those people. Legitimate media. I found that unsettling. Let me go to Pete. Hello, Pete. How are you?
Hey, good afternoon, Reese. Reese, I'm a little perplexed here. Maybe you could help me out.
Sure.
We're always listening to the Democrats try to put the Republicans on their heels, saying that did the 2020 election, was it influenced, was it rigged, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And they're always forcing the Republicans to come out, with an answer.
Right.
My question to you is, why hasn't anybody asked, Lamont or Bicewicz or any of them, okay, do you believe that Joe Biden got 81 million votes in the most secure election in the American history, which Joe Biden told us 5 minutes after the election was called in 2020? Do they believe that he got 81 million votes? Do they believe it was the most secure election in American history? Why don't we put them on the defensive?
You are so... No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. I thought you were done, but go ahead.
Yeah, well, because let's hear it.
You're right.
Let's put them on record, because we all know that he didn't get 81 million votes, and we all know that it wasn't the most secure election in American history. So let's get them. We need to take the initiative here. We need to take the offensive and put them on their heels. Make them own it. Make them own it.
100% right. And I'll go one step further. I'll pile on with you, Pete. Right? What happened to the 16 million votes in the Kamala Harris election?
No.
Right?
Yep.
And
absolutely.
I even have a better question, which I've asked everyone, which, by the way, no one has ever been able to answer since the 2020 election. What was the very spirit and heart and soul of our nation was on the line if Donald Trump was elected again. If everything was at stake, should he be elected again? If all the world was going to turn upside down, nobody cheated? After what happened to them in 2016, a president, a possible Madam President that was surefire 90% to win an election, got completely knocked out of the box. You're telling me that with that election, which shocked the world, that a re-election of Donald Trump was so imminent as far as danger being concerned that nobody would cheat with those kind of stakes on the line?
Well, I read an interesting thing, and I wish I had it at the tip of my tongue here because I wasn't sure if I was going to get through. But I also read this afternoon that there were 15 million more votes cast in 2020 than there were actually registered voters.
Absolutely. Well, there's plenty of evidence that supports that, Pete, in many cases. And, in fact, there are those cases of hundreds of thousands of votes right here in the state of Connecticut, which, again, begs the question. And I said this on Friday, just after the president's speech on Thursday. Again, Connecticut is a solid blue state. You have a presidential election, but then you find out that there are 18 states that had their voter rolls compromised, one of them being Connecticut, a solid blue state for Kamala Harris. A solid blue. What would China need if they indeed wanted Joe Biden to win and to get rid of Donald Trump? What would they need to screw around with Connecticut's votes for? There was a surefire for them. It's a waste of time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Can't add anything more to that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the point I'm trying to make. Again, everything under the sun. And then today, after that report comes out that China was inside of our books, you get Bicewicz, Lamont, A.G. Tong. You got all the bigwigs. Okay, the Secretary of State at this press conference to dispel any rumors, any innuendo that the 2020 election was rigged and there's any election integrity issues. It sounds like alarmism because it is.
Exactly. And, you know, it's an awful funny way to convince people that there wasn't any rigging by constantly tell people there wasn't any rigging.
It's such a... Well, I don't know if were you a big fan of Rush Limbaugh's, Pete?
Absolutely.
One of my favorite moments ever. And again, it was one of those things where I couldn't believe I missed it. He said, they ran around telling us it was the most secure election in American history, which begs the question, what was the most unsecure?
Yeah.
You know, right? You don't make a claim like that, right? It's sort of like this was the most home runs ever scored in a game. Well, what was the least? Or what was the second most? You know, it begs the question.
Yeah, well, you know, they play around, and it's like, you know, well, there wasn't any widespread, voter fraud. It wasn't widespread, not enough to influence. And like, stop it. We know what went on, and it's just a matter of time before it all comes out, and it's starting.
Thank you, Pete. I appreciate you, buddy.
You got it.
Let's take another check of weather and traffic. Mark Christopher's back. He's at the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. Hey, Mark.
Hi, Reese. Thank you very much. Good afternoon to you, and good afternoon, everyone. If you're heading into Hartford right now on the eastbound side of I-84, you're going to see slow traffic from exit 44 Prospect Oakwood down to the Bulkley. Westbound 84 tied up approaching the Bulkley Bridge out to 44 Prospect Oakwood. Southbound 91's a little slow. Hartford 33 down to 32 A and B. Westbound side of 291 slowing in South Windsor exit 2 up to the Bissell Bridge. If you are traveling into Middletown, 9 northbound slowing approaching Harbor Park to the Aragodi Bridge. Again, 9 northbound sluggish from 32 in Berlin up to the 72 interchange in New Britain. If you're on the westbound side of 84, some slow traffic in Cheshire getting by exit 26, again 22 to the Mixmaster, 84 eastbound Waterbury slowing 18 to the Mixmaster, again from 26 down to the 691 interchange. South 95 New Haven tight 46 down to 43 in West Haven. Traffic and weather together on the 8 WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Clouds on the increase for the overnight. The low temperature down to 60 degrees. We will have a couple of showers and a thunderstorm for the evening commute tomorrow with a high temperature of 80. A couple of showers and a thunderstorm early tomorrow night, otherwise mostly cloudy, the low 71. And we are watching for a couple of showers and a thunderstorm that can produce some localized damaging winds on Wednesday, the high 86. Mostly sunny, less humid Thursday, the high 80. This is meteorologist Chad Merrill in the WTIC Weather Center.
This is WTIC News Talk 1080 with Brian and Company in the morning, Reese on the radio in the afternoon, and news around the clock. WTIC and WTIC FM HD2 Hartford and Odyssey Station.
82 degrees, 5 o'clock. I'm Dave Maker, WTIC 1080 News. A suspect set off fireworks and started a fire outside a New York City federal building this morning. The FBI says he also fired a pellet gun. The suspect in custody, identified as a U.S. Army veteran, Andrew Arabaka of Poughkeepsie, who allegedly had a series of grievances with ICE.
According to the authorities, he became anti-government, anti-ICE. He had a cart with him with derogatory terms for immigration agents, and he targeted a building that houses immigration court where immigrants wait for their naturalization ceremonies. In fact, one person who was hurt in today's attack was an immigrant awaiting a naturalization ceremony.
ABC's Aaron Katursky. That building, 26 Federal Plaza, has been the site of demonstrations against White House immigration policies. The suspect was tackled by a security officer. That officer suffered minor injuries, along with a bystander grazed by the fireworks. Meriden police say a domestic violence victim died in a baseball bat attack yesterday. Happened outside a residence on Sagamore Road. Police found a man striking the victim in the head with a bat. An officer then shot the suspect, who was hospitalized. No names have been released. And one person is dead after a Sunday afternoon stabbing in West Haven. Another case of apparent domestic violence, this time at an apartment on Meadowbrook Court. The male victim was pronounced dead at the hospital. Police say a suspect was arrested at the scene. The U.S. says a service member was killed in Iraq Saturday. Also, the U.S. identified 2 American service members killed earlier in an Iranian attack on a base in Jordan. They were First Lieutenant Tyler Feehan of Hawaii and 19-year-old Private Isabella Gonzalez of Texas. Another soldier is missing and presumed dead. And Jordan today says Iran has launched another missile attack after Iran targeted Bahrain, the home of the U.S. Navy's 5th Fleet. The attacks come as the U.S. continues to strike Iran.
CENTCOM had said over the weekend that the strikes at Iran are aimed at degrading their ability to go after commercial ships in the Strait of Hormuz. Of course, that's been the big focus over these last 2 weeks, trying to limit Iran's ability to strike at those ships. But every time the United States has launched one of those strikes, Iran has hit back at U.S. assets in the region, as we saw over the weekend with the deaths of these service members.
ABC's Karen Travers. Shipping through the strait has largely stalled. 3 weeks from the Connecticut primaries, Luke Bronin is the Democratic Party endorsed candidate in the 1st Congressional District. He's been arguing that generational change is needed as John Larson seeks his 15th term.
I think there's a tremendous amount of energy out there for change. Look, I've said from the start of this campaign, you don't have to be against somebody to be for something new, but our Democratic Party and our country would be better off if more people recognize that part of leadership is knowing when it's time to pass the torch.
Larson says his experience is a plus and his constituents know it.
People respect if you're doing a good job, if you're delivering on behalf of the people, if you're holding frequent town halls and you're accessible to the people, and you're in a position where you're considered by them an asset.
Jillian Gilchrist and Ruth Fortune also in the race. Attorney and former state Democratic Chair John Droney has died. He led the party when Joe Lieberman upset Lowell Weicker in a Senate race in 1988. Droney was 79. There's a lot of pressure on the new Prime Minister of the UK, the 7th in 10 years. The new Liberal Party leader promising a 10-year plan to restore stability and revive the economy.
Andy Burnham takes office carrying huge support from the governing Labour Party and huge expectations, and the stakes are extremely high. He said in his speech here today that he is acutely aware that he's the UK's 7th Prime Minister in a decade, and that after 10 turbulent years, Britain's political system cannot afford for the merry-go-round of leaders to continue.
The AP's Jill Lawless reporting former Prime Minister Keir Starmer resigned under pressure. Oil prices up about 1% today. U.S. crude now at $83 a barrel. Brent crude at $89. On Wall Street, the Dow was down 307. S&P dropped 14 points. The Nasdaq was minus 12. Sports, Red Sox and Orioles at Fenway. Boston has won 13 straight. Pregame 6:10 on WTIC. Yankees and Pirates in New York. The Mets in Milwaukee. For more, check out WTIC.com. I'm Dave Maker. WTIC 1080 News.
Onyx, I keep having stomach issues. Please make me a doctor's appointment.
Okay, are you suffering from diarrhea, bloating, gas, or oily stools? If so, you may want to ask your doctor if it could actually be a problem with your pancreas, called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI.
My pancreas? How is EPI treated?
A prescription medicine like Creon, pancrelipase, is used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes. Creon is the #1 prescribed treatment for EPI.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor, and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. You can learn more at 1-800-633-9110.
Before your appointment, visit creoninfo.com. That's CREONinfo.com.
It's Reese on the radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
You know the drill. News. All right. Music news for today. Some drill rapper named Pop Smoke. He turns 27 today. Anyway, Pop Smoke. Isn't he dead? I thought he was. Okay, yeah, he was. I knew he was. I said he sounded familiar. Isn't he from Far Rockaway? I don't know where he's from. Anyway, I knew he was. I knew he passed away. I don't know how I got him on this list, but they usually tell me when the guy has passed away. Stone Gossard, the guitarist and co-founder of Pearl Jam, turned 60. Kim Carnes, a singer-songwriter famously for Betty Davis' Eyes, didn't she just pass away? This would have been her 81st birthday. I'm almost positive she passed. Carlos Santana turns 79. And on this day in music, 1965, Bob Dylan released Like a Rolling Stone. The 6-minute track broke pop's song length rules and became one of the biggest hits in the rock landmark era. In 1981, Journey dropped their landmark Escape album, which, of course, features the hits Don't Stop Believin' and Open Arms. In 2017, on this date, we tragically lost Chester Bennington, who died of suicide at age 41. His passing just months after his close friend Chris Cornell died. In 1963, Jan and Dean's Surf City, co-written by Brian Wilson, hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming the first surf song to top the charts. And weirdly enough, this guy became famous immediately after. Stevie Van Zandt in 1975 made his debut with the Bruce Springsteen E Street Band on the opening night of their Born to Run tour. Mark Christopher's back. He's in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. Hey, Mark.
Yeah, Kim Carnes is 81.
She is alive.
I think you're thinking of Bonnie Tyler, who just
Oh, that's
away.
right. She just passed. Okay.
Yeah,
I confused them. I know they're both blonde and women.
Yes, you are correct on both accounts. Hey, if you're heading into Hartford right now, westbound side of 84, delays approaching the Bulkley Bridge up to 47 Sigourney, 84 eastbound. We have a couple of accidents we're working right now. 84 eastbound, about a mile before 46th Avenue. The right lane's out there with an accident involving a tractor trailer. And then we have another accident, 84 eastbound downtown between exit 49 and exit 48 and 49. Just prior to the tunnel, the right lane is out there also, so stay to the left. If you are traveling southbound 91 into Hartford, a little slow at 32 A and B. You're slowing again in Meriden, approaching 19 to 17 for the Wilbercross Parkway. 2 westbound slowing east Hartford, 1D up to the 84 West merge. 291 westbound tight from exit 2 up to the Bissell Bridge. 9 northbound slowing Harbor Park to the Aragoni Bridge. Again, 9 northbound slowing from exit 22 in Berlin, or 32 in Berlin, up to the 72 interchange in New Britain. 84 eastbound slowing in Waterbury by 18. Westbound 84 is tied up in Cheshire 25A up to the Mixmaster. South 95 New Haven tight 46 down to 43 in West Haven. Traffic and weather together on the 8th WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Beautiful afternoon, lots of sunshine, lower dew points, low humidity down to 30 to 35%. Now the clouds will increase overnight with the low temperature down to 60 degrees. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, humid, a couple of showers and a thunderstorm around this time in the afternoon into the early evening. 1 or 2 of those storms could produce some gusty winds, the high temperature up to 80. Those thunderstorms will end early tomorrow night, and then a couple of showers will continue, the low temperature 71. The clouds will break for some sun tomorrow, but that will set us up for another round of showers and thunderstorms. 1 or 2 thunderstorms could produce gusty winds. Again, this is on Wednesday, the high 86. Mostly sunny, less humid on Thursday, up to 80 degrees. Plenty of sunshine Friday, 82 the high. Right now, 81 in Simsbury, 78 in Southington, and 81 in Hartford. This is meteorologist Chad Merrill in the WTIC Weather Center.
Hartford, we've got a problem. Home care is in crisis and there aren't enough caregivers to meet the demand. So if you've got a loved one with Medicaid who needs care, don't wait. Freedom Care will help you get care at home from someone you already trust. A family member or friend who lives with you and can get paid to help with everyday needs like meals, medication, bathing, and mobility. If you have Medicaid, it's 100% free to you. No waiting lists. Just real care from your people right now. Freedom Care handles it all, training, payroll, and support. So you can stay safe and comfortable at home. And your caregiver gets paid tax-free after every shift, guaranteed. With 97% satisfaction and over 150 million hours of care delivered, Hartford families are already making the switch to care at home. Take care of your own and get paid with Freedom Care. Call 860-530-5203. That's 860-530-5203. Call now. 860-530-5203. 860-530-5203.
When it comes to our cars, those infotainment screens, turbos, advanced transmissions, and cameras are all great until they fail. And if your car is out of warranty, repairing them can cost thousands. I'm Danica Patrick. If your car is less than 20 years old, no matter the mileage, make sure you're covered for auto repair bills with an auto protection plan from Endurance. They've paid out hundreds of millions in claims and helped drivers with plans that cover engine, drivetrain, electrical system, transmission, and more. Endurance gives you straightforward claims processing and direct payment to your certified mechanic. And your rate won't go up no matter how many claims you file. When your check engine light comes on, don't ignore it because you're worried about a big auto repair bill. Call Endurance and choose the plan that's right for you. Act now and get 1 year of elite benefits, a $2,000 value, free.
For your fast free quote, call 800-689-1536. 800-689-1536. 800-689-1536.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
From politics to news to music to movies and anything above the sun and outer space and beyond, it's Reese on the radio. Damn, he's good. Only on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
All right, back. Reese on the radio. This story was here, and I'll grab it in a second, about DCF. I want to talk about this report about the 28 kids who had died in 17 months under their care. But I promise I'd take this call real quick. Let's go to Sherry in Hartford. Hello, Sherry. How are you?
Fine, and how are you?
I'm fantastic.
That's good to hear. I just want to let you know that I thought your interview with former Mayor Luke Bowen was excellent. But are you aware that he never gave specific information on the questions that you asked him?
Yes, I am 100% aware of that because he had no intent on answering them in the first place. You may remember, Sherry, for those of you you want to go back to it, he did a lot of, we don't need to answer that question. What we should be asking is this. Did that get to you too when he did that?
Yes.
It is classic for those who have no intention of answering your question, knowing that it is going to bind them. And there were so many people who gave me kudos for never letting it go until I got an answer. Because again, I didn't even want, and I don't know if you heard this, but I'll make this clear. So his website says doing the common good or doing the most good, something along those lines. I don't care. But something about doing the good of the people, whatever that was. And I found that odd because what my question was like, wait a minute, who determines what is the good thing that you should be doing? Like, who determines what your mission is? Is it you or the people? And the reason why, if he had answered the question as I expected, and I did, if he'd have said, well, the people, I work for them, I would say, can you please show me the evidence that says that your constituents want you to go to Washington to fight Trump and not work on affordability or electric bills or things like that? Can you tell me where that gauge is? But then when he says, oh, I'm supposed to go there and do what I say I want to do, it was like, oh?
Whoa, right. And what I wanted to make sure that you were aware of.
Yes, ma'am.
Remember when we had that COVID money and that blighted property money, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just before Luke was ending his career as a mayor, and the new mayor stepped in. Okay, do you remember both of them went? Okay, concerning the blighted property money, they went into court, went in closed court, had a discussion, but nobody came out and said, okay, why is this sealed? All that money, no one has questioned, where did it go?
Well, how much money was it? Because I'm not familiar. This is really right before my time here.
I heard it was close to $1 million.
Okay.
And, it was never addressed. Money never spent. They went into closed court, and we never got an answer. Just that they came to some agreement, and the records were sealed. This is public money. It wasn't money for them to, make a deal, seal the records, and no one got an answer to what they did with the money.
Well, I'm checking now because I know Mark from West Hartford is probably listening intently now, so I know he knows this story. I will get to the bottom of that. That's a great point. Now, Sherry, it appears that you're a resident of the Hartford area, yes?
I am.
How long have you lived in the city of Hartford?
My whole life.
Now you're going to put me in a quagmire because now I have to ask you, how long has that been? So let's just say it's been more than 20 years.
That's correct.
Okay, fair enough. Are you an active voter in the city of Hartford?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Now, it only begs this question because it appears that you're very much politically involved in your city and its politics.
Yes, I am.
Is there a reason you could think of why Hartford is usually not very engaged in the election process?
They're really okay. I'm gonna tell you this: the Hispanics and the Black Americans, and I'm just speaking for them.
Okay.
The reason is because everybody plays like. All the politicians come out and say they're going to do good.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to do what they have to take care of the city.
Mm-hmm.
And always, all the politicians talk about immigrants. I'm like, immigrants? Why are you wasting your time talking about immigrants? You need to be focused on what the residents of the state, the residents of the city or town, what their needs are.
So are you saying that because they feel that the politicians who come into Hartford appear to be more interested in those who cannot vote instead of those who can, that those folks who can have become disenfranchised and decided not to come out?
Because what we're saying is just like now, Donald Trump asked for the SNAP eligibility data.
Okay.
Right? They ask for the data because they're aware that the undocumented people are getting those funds.
Mm-hmm.
And they're aware that, okay, as far as voter registration that they asked for,
mm-hmm.
why is Connecticut reluctant to supply that information?
Mm-hmm.
Why are they reluctant? That is because they are aware that they're paying the undocumented people to vote. I remember last year, I'm standing in line doing early voting.
Mm-hmm.
The guy behind me said, "Don't forget to go upstairs and get your money." I said, "What?"
Whoa.
Go upstairs and get
He
your
said
money.
that to you or to another person on... Well, Sherry, I'm sorry.
I did as I was standing in line.
Sherry, did they say that to you or to another gentleman behind you?
They said it specifically to me, the gentleman behind me.
Oh, he told you to go get your money.
Yes, and I said, "What money?" He said, after we vote, you can go upstairs and get your money. I said, "Ooh." I said, "I don't know anything about getting paid." He said, "Yeah, they give you money. Don't forget,
Did he say, Sherry, did he say how much?
No, he didn't say how much. That's the information that I needed. I said, "Well, which one of them politicians told you that?" And
Oh,
that's
so
what
you were reluctant to believe him.
Well, yeah, because I'm thinking, well, maybe he's foreign or maybe he's thinking of something else. He said, "No, you go upstairs and get your money." I said, "Really?"
Were you concerned that he might be a plant?
I was concerned because everybody knows is aware that building you can hear everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got recordings everywhere.
Right.
I said, "I'm hoping the CIA, FBI." I said, "Sir, please don't say anything like that around me. I'm not undocumented." And I said, "Are you aware that you are committing a federal crime?"
Wow.
He says, "I am." I said, "Yeah, it's a federal crime to vote in an election when you're not even a citizen."
Michael A is getting ahead of me. I just wanted to. Did he nudge you on who to vote for to get
Yeah,
said?
he said Democrat. He told me. And then I went and filled out the form because I thought CIA, FBI gotta be listening to this.
You thought you were being set up.
I thought I was being punked, yeah. And so I immediately went to filled out the form to report it to I went to Fed first, FEC and SEC. I said, hold on, this is still going on. Everyone in the community is aware that they're paying the undocumented people to vote. In fact, they're telling us, and then they said that they were going to this year vote using absentee ballot form. And that's the reason why I said, they know the reason why they don't want to give Trump administration the voting list and a SNAP eligibility list, because they're aware that they're paying these people and to vote.
Well, I got it, Sherry. First, help me out here, Sherry. You're a Hartford resident. This is, for me, maybe there's someone else out there who's heard this before, but this is...
My girlfriend and I, we talk about it all day, every day. That's the reason why they gave them all the money, all the grants.
Sherry, where have you been? Sherry, where have you been all of my life? Do you listen to this program regularly?
Yes, for the past 10 years. and Black Americans, Black Americans have complained. I said, you got to say the Fed first. FEC,
no, I meant, I'm sorry.
FEC.
I'm sorry, Sherry. Have you listened to my program? Are you a regular?
Oh, all the time.
So, are you a woman of color, Sherry, if I may ask?
Of course.
Oh, you are?
Very well.
Are you a black woman?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
I reported it immediately. It was like, well, why are you reporting it? I'm reporting because you guys are committing crime.
Wow.
It's getting unanswered.
Sherry, you lived in Hartford all of your life. Now, I got to ask you this because there are going to be some people who are asking questions about this. Lived in Hartford all of your life. You've seen the blight. You've seen the ups and downs. You've seen the politicians come and go.
The corruption.
Yeah, I know. Well, yes, notwithstanding the corruption, of course.
I reported it all.
So you're avid reporter.
I reported to Stephanie Thomas, but I said there's no check and balance. Come on now, you know these people are voting, and they're saying that they're getting paid. This year they're saying we're gonna have an influx of absentee ballots.
Yeah, they're expecting.
You want to look closely into what happened last year, because I'm the one asked. What's his name? What's that guy? Kennelly. I said Kennelly, because Kennelly was trying to pick and choose who they wanted on certain slates. I said, you can't pick and choose who go on slate. Who told you could do that? He said the judge. I said, no judge told you could pick a slate from District 7, and all you are picking is everybody that's not a citizen.
Sherry, how many?
Everybody wasn't a citizen. I said, are you crazy? And I asked him, are you an officer of the court? Are you an officer of the court? Because I know no judge gave you authorization.
Sherry, I need you yesterday. Listen to me.
Okay.
Hold on. Now, Sherry, wait. Because I'm about to go up against a break, but I'm going to put you on hold. Is it okay if I take your personal cell phone number? All right, you stay on the line. 1 second. I want to do something here. There are so many people who are loving you right now. I've never heard of you before, but I'm loving everything about you. I'm going to grab your number.
Okay.
I'm going to grab your number. Stand by. Just hear me out for a second. One, I'm going to find a way to get you on this program to sit you across from me, because I'd love to. I could sit up here and talk to you for an hour.
Trust me, I'm going to provide some information for you, even about the police department. I was totally amazed. How you going to give police union a contract without looking at Police Accountability Act? In Connecticut, don't even have a Brady list. I'm like, ooh, and you're
Sherry, there's how many before I got to go to a break and let you go, because again, I'm taking your number. I have it already. But I got to ask you this. How long or how many of your friends are involved in politics the way that you are so passionately? Do you have a group of girlfriends?
Of us. And that's why we laugh about everybody every year. It's the same old violin. Okay, and I'm saying, how could you have the same old violin? And remember, they were trying to mess with Doug, right?
Hey, wait a minute. Don't start with me and Doug. I got problems with him.
I know, but I just said, how are you messing with Doug? Messing with Doug. Let's talk about your own corruption.
Yeah, there's a lot of it. You're right. You're right. I'm not going to lie.
When Luke, when we had that COVID money, I called the feds on him. I said, hold on. Wait, hold on. No, everybody's running around Luke. I called the feds. I said, how could you give such and such so much money? And hold on. Oh.
No, okay, I got to let you go. Listen, I got your number, Sherry. I promise you, you're going to be a guest on this program without beyond a shadow of a doubt. I'm going to get rolling to get your number.
I'm going to provide you some very important
I know you are. Trust me, I cannot wait. I'm putting you on hold. Roland's going to get your info for me. Expect a phone call from me this week, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Hold on. Okay, we got to take a break. I mean, I didn't even have to work for it. Let's get some check of weather and traffic. Because, to be honest with you, Sherry gave the news, the weather, and everything else. Mark Christopher's back. He's in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. Hey, man.
All right, Reese, thank you very much. Well, if you're 84 eastbound, look out for an accident. About a mile before 46th Avenue on the West Hartford line. Right lane is out there because of an accident involving a tractor-trailer. We have a second accident, 84 eastbound now, and that is just prior to the downtown tunnel. That is between exit 48 and 49. That's also taking out the right lane. So you're going to see delays pretty much from 43 Park Road right down to the Bulkley Bridge now. Westbound 84 tied up, approaching the Bulkley Bridge out to exit 45 Flatbush Avenue. If you're on the southbound side of I-91, delays in Hartford, 32A and B. And again, you're a little slow from between 20 and 19 as you move Middletown into Meriden. 2 westbound slowing 1D up to the 84 West merge in East Hartford. 2 westbound tied up in South Windsor from exit 2 up to the Bissell Bridge and the construction there. 9 northbound slowing 32 in Berlin. If you're heading into Waterbury, 84 eastbound's tight 18 to the Mixmaster. 84 eastbound again a little slow as you move down by the 691 interchange. Westbound 84 in Waterbury slowing 23 up to exit 22 on the westbound side of 84. Traffic and weather together on the 8 WTIC News Talk 1080.
Sponsored by Petro Home Services.
To stay cool and save this summer, you need the best AC system tune-up and repair services. Go with your local HVAC pros. Go with Petro. For special offers, go to petro.com or call 844-482-2496 today.
WTIC weather.
Clouds on the increase for the overnight. The low temperature down to 60 degrees. We will have a couple of showers and a thunderstorm for the evening commute tomorrow with a high temperature of 80. A couple of showers and a thunderstorm early tomorrow night. Otherwise mostly cloudy. The low 71. And we are watching for a couple of showers and a thunderstorm that can produce some localized damaging winds on Wednesday, the high 86. Mostly sunny, less humid Thursday, the high 80. This is meteorologist Chad Merrill in the WTIC Weather Center.
And now, a WTIC news update.
82 degrees at 5:30. I'm Dave Mager, WTIC 1080 News. Connecticut elections are secure, and state elections officials and state public safety officials are on the case to make sure they stay that way. That was the message of a press conference with Governor Lamont, Secretary of the State Stephanie Thomas, Public Safety Commissioner Arnell Higgins, and others. Lamont argues the real threat to elections comes from President Trump and his conspiracy theories. Just on Friday, a federal judge denied the Trump administration access to Connecticut's voter registration list.
Trying to scare people. We're going to get a hold of we're going to look at all your voter rolls. They're not getting a hold of our voter rolls. William Town's not going to let them get a hold of our voter rolls, but I just don't want them to put a cloud over the votes. You can vote with safety, you can vote with anonymity, and you can vote with integrity, and that's what we're trying to say.
Democratic State Rep Matt Blumenthal was there accusing the president of expressing, quote, fantastical delusions. The treasurer for a parent-teacher organization in Wallingford, now accused of stealing about $22,000. The Highland Elementary School PTO reported the missing funds. Police say 39-year-old Erica Vitale had full access to the money and could not provide receipts or bank statements for what was missing. She's charged with first-degree larceny and fraudulent use of an ATM. A suspect set off fireworks and started a fire with a flammable liquid outside a New York City federal building this morning. The suspect in custody, identified as a U.S. Army vet, Andrew Arabaka of Poughkeepsie. This is New York Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch.
On the scene was recovered, among other things, 2 airsoft rifles and the container with the flammable liquid. Also affixed to the suspect's cart was a sign reading "Ice off our streets." During the incident, the suspect was wearing a military-style helmet.
The suspect was tackled by a security officer. That officer suffered minor injuries, and so did a bystander grazed by the fireworks. A judge is pausing the media mega merger between Paramount and Warner. They now must halt their merger for at least 2 weeks. That grants a request by states opposing the transaction, including Connecticut. State Attorney General William Tong calls the temporary restraining order a critical victory for consumers. President Trump is on another tear about Canada. He now says he's imposing 50% tariffs on most Canadian goods, even though the Supreme Court ruled he doesn't have that power. On Wall Street, the Dow down 307, S&P dropped 14, the Nasdaq was minus 12. Sports, Red Sox, Baltimore Orioles at Fenway, pregame 6:10 on WTIC, Yankees and Pirates in New York, the Mets in Milwaukee. For more, check out WTIC.com. I'm Dave Maker, WTIC 1080 News.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait. And don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Let me tell you something about insurance. When you sign your insurance policy, for some brokers, that's the finish line. Handshake, commission, done. Then you may not hear from them again until it's time for renewal. But your business runs all year, so do the gaps and the risk. So go to Supersure.com. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, or HR manager, it can be too complex to just go buy a policy online. Supersure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. At Supersure.com, you can access tools like fine print facts. It'll translate your current policy into plain English so you see what's covered and what's not. Plus a business value calculator so you can estimate what your business is worth so you know what actually needs protecting. Go to Supersure.com. One super agency, one powerful platform, all your policies in one place. Supersure.com. That's Supersure.com. Paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
The Odyssey app lets you jump back to the moments you missed from WTIC News Talk 1080. Download the free Odyssey app, search WTIC News Talk 1080, and tap earlier today to get started.
All right, we're back. In a little bit, we'll take your phone calls at 860-522-WTIC, 860-522-9842. You can talk about anything we talked about or any news that's happening this week. And we'll close out the show as we begin our week here on WTIC. Also, take note, check us out over on ReeseOnRadio.com. Because there we are going to start showcasing, or at least you go to my social media page on Facebook. Actually, it's where I'm going to be promoting it. I don't promote a lot of stuff on X, but on Facebook, if you go there, Roseanne and I have a new show that we're going to be promoting local restaurants. When I say local, all in Connecticut. And so far, I think we got like 3 that are coming up very soon. We're going to go to 1 a week, and we're going to be filming our interactions and eating the food there. They are going to be exotic places that I would normally never try, eating food that I normally wouldn't eat. Roseanne is very excited. She will jump out a window for foreign food. You know, she likes the ethnic stuff. On the other hand, not so much. I don't like spices. I don't like strange. Everybody else says, no, you need to Try things. Okay, fine. Now I'm doing it. And I get to do two things at the same time, right? So not only do I get to try the new foods, you get to promote your restaurant. So we went to a place in Manchester called Pasha, a Turkish restaurant, and I tried Turkish food. And I'm not going to lie, folks, I tried liver. I haven't had liver since I was a poor kid in Hollis, Queens. I got to give it up. Turkish liver is the bomb. It was really, really good. I was absolutely stunned. I never thought that I would like liver. And they make it away, and it was everything. Beckman says, would I eat octopus? Only if it's on camera. I have a problem about eating it in my daily life, but if it's something that I got to do as a dare, yeah, sure. Why not? I can do a little fear factor eating for you. That's what we're going to do every week. It's called Family Dinner with Reese and Roseanne. Go to my Facebook page so you can watch a clip of it right now. Let's get another check of weather and traffic. Mark Christopher's back. He is in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't need spices. I don't need strange.
Yeah, right? So,
I don't need that.
But everyone says that at this age, I've got to try something new.
You just stick to what you're comfortable with.
Peanut butter and jelly.
In Manchester, I'm going to go have a Shady Glen cheeseburger, or I'll head over to Mulberry Street and get some great pizza over there. I'm not going to be eating liver.
It was good. It was really good.
Hey, you know what? I'm just backing you up on this. I don't like strange, and I don't like spices.
I hear you.
Give me a good old-fashioned Shady Glen cheeseburger.
I got you.
With some ice cream.
Pasha, actually, they serve cheeseburgers there because...
Do they really?
Because people are, nervous about eating something they don't know anything about. So they actually just have regular cuisine. That's the cool part about it.
You know what? I'm sure it's a great restaurant.
Oh, it is.
But I have no interest in eating a liver.
Just not a liver guy.
It's just me. No, I'm just not a liver guy.
I hear you.
I'm just not a liver guy. Hey, Reese, thank you very much. If you're heading into Hartford right now, 84 eastbound, you've got a couple of problems. One is eastbound 84 on the West Hartford line, about a mile before 46 Sisson Avenue. Accident involving a tractor-trailer, right lane block there. And then we have a second issue, 84 eastbound, just prior to the tunnel between 48 and 49. Right lane is out there, so look for delays. 44 Prospect Oakwood down to the Bulkley. Westbound 84 is tied up. East Hartford approaching the Bulkley Bridge at 47 Sigourney. 91 southbound slowing at 32A and B. If you're traveling into Meriden, a little slow, 19 down to 18 in the 691 interchange. 2 westbounds tied up East Hartford, 1D up to the 84 West merge. 291 westbounds tied up from exit 2 to the Bissell Bridge in South Windsor. 9 northbounds a little slow at the Aragoni Bridge. 84 eastbound Waterbury delays in Waterbury, 18 to the Mixmaster. Westbound 84 Waterbury slowing 23 up to the Mixmaster. Traffic and weather together on the 8th WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
And plenty of sunshine this afternoon with increasing clouds overnight, the low temperature down to 60. We will have a couple of showers and a thunderstorm right in time for the evening commute tomorrow, the high temperature up to 80 degrees. 1 or 2 of those storms, especially west of the city, could have some gusty winds. A couple of showers and thunderstorms early tomorrow night, otherwise mostly cloudy, that is, and still humid, the low temperature 71. A couple of showers and a gusty thunderstorm on Wednesday up to 86, but Thursday mostly sunny, less humid, the high temperature 80. Lots of sunshine on Friday, the high temperature 82. Right now, 79 in Cheshire, 81 in Bloomfield, and 81 in Hartford. This is meteorologist Chad Merrill in the WTIC Weather Center.
O'Reilly Auto Parts can help take the guesswork out of your vehicle's check engine, ABS, or maintenance light with O'Reilly Veriscan. This service is free. It provides a report with solutions verified by ASC certified master technicians. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
What's up, everybody? You know who it is.
You know who it is. You know who it is.
It's Reese on the radio. Frederick Douglass of the 21st century.
It's WTIC News Talk 1080.
All right, stand by. Tomorrow on the program, we'll have Samantha, who will be here. She was the mother of the student who was tickled inappropriately at the Solomon Schechter School. She'll be here to have a discussion with me about Erin's Law. That'll be my opening monologue, and then Samantha will join me along with Mark Walsh, of course, Mark from West Hartford, in studio to have a discussion about not passing a new one, but actually enforcing the one that we have. We did not know, and thanks to a whistleblower who works in the school system who contacted me and let me know about Erin's Law, it would have all but been ignored. Interestingly enough, a lot of people haven't paid attention to the law since then. It's been a little more than 10 years. So we are going to see if we can not only get it enforced, but also if we can get the law amended to include private schools after what happened to Samantha's child. We'll talk about that and much, much more tomorrow. Also, we'll get into the DCF story about the new bombshell involving the children who died in their care or while they had open DCF files. We'll talk about that as well. We'll be return tomorrow. Again, don't forget to go to ReeseOnRadio.com. Go to my Facebook page. Check out Family Dinner with Reese and Roseanne. And I'll be home editing that so it is ready for next week. And I will also let you know tomorrow what is the next restaurant we'll be going to. And if you have a restaurant and you'd love to have us there or host us there to film, we'd be happy to. We'd come there with my own equipment, microphones, lighting, the whole shebang. You don't have to do anything but cook, and we'll eat. So stand by for that. Reach us at ReeseOnTheRadio.com. That's REESE on the radio.com. Also, if you have a T-shirt with your company, send it here to Reese on the Radio, care of WTIC. That is at 10 Executive Drive, Farmington, Connecticut, 06032. Again, WTIC, attention, Reese on the Radio, 10 Executive Drive, Farmington, Connecticut, 06032. Make sure you include one large T-shirt for me and 2X for Roland, who thinks for some odd reason he is a behemoth with 41-inch guns. I think he just likes baggy clothes. That's all I'm saying. The number's 860-522-WTIC, 860-522-9842. Let's go to Rand. Hello, sir. How are you?
Hey, it's the old angry boomer white guy.
What do you got going on, Rand?
Reese, I think you and Roseanne are going to need a bigger boat. You're chumming. You're out there chumming, and the sharks are showing up, and they're starting to rip.
Well, what do you mean? Where are we showing? Oh, you're talking about just out at these the press conferences?
Oh, not just the press conferences. You got Ronan. You served him up like a softball the other day. I mean, just knocked him out of the park. You got the lady you just spoke to from Hartford. And she is angry.
Oh, my goodness.
You know? It's all good, man. It's about time somebody puts some chum in the water because now the Sharks are hungry. They are hungry.
Yeah, I think the fed-up culture is starting to grow, especially in places that you really wouldn't suspect.
Well, I don't think Connecticut's as blue as they make it out to be.
Couldn't agree with you more, sir.
And I also think that there are some centrist, middle-of-the-road Democrats, just like there are Republicans, that are sick of it. They're sick of it, too.
Yeah, that was it's a very good point you're making there, Rand, because, look, I understand if you want to, like social policies with the Democrat Party, I totally get, and I don't care how, off the beaten path they are. Yeah, you want men to be in women's sports? Okay, fine. That may be off the beaten path, whatever. You believe that men are women and men can get pregnant, blah, 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 whatever. You believe that, we should be able to give universal health care to everyone like they do in, a European country. Okay, fine. I don't have a problem with any of the social stuff that but the clear message on affordability about it being too expensive to live in Connecticut, to thrive in Connecticut, to run a business or even start a business in Connecticut. That is something that people on both sides can agree that the current leadership, and I use that term loosely, but the current leadership in Connecticut, in Hartford, is not meeting that mark to make their lives better.
If you take a look at the number of communities with a population base under 20,000 and take a look and see how their local budgets did this year, you're going to find an incredible percentage. They kept voting their budgets down clearly, loudly, and vehemently.
Wow.
Just take a look at it. I mean, you can go on to what we call the CCM or the I can't remember what the website is now. I'll get it for you, but it breaks down the population base, and I know I'm up in north central Connecticut.
Yeah.
And every community around me, multiple times. Some of them still haven't passed a budget. All right?
Yeah, I hear you.
It's killing everybody, killing them.
It is.
So keep chumming the water, my friend. Keep chumming the water.
I'm doing my best. Thank you so much for that, Rand. You have a wonderful day.
All right. Thanks, man.
You got it, sir. Hey, my good friend John in Meriden is here. Hello, sir.
How are you?
I'm good. Oh, this is a different John in Meriden. I keep forgetting there's more than one. I forgot there's more than one John.
Well, not in my mind there isn't. So here's my question, or my comment.
Yeah.
We're talking about the Canadian wildfires, its effect on the population of Connecticut.
Okay.
And what is Attorney General Tong doing? Why isn't he out with a class action suit against Canada to get reparations for the amount of restaurant outdoor eating that went away, all these people that ended up in the hospital? Where is he representing the state of Connecticut population?
Such a good point. He joined a lawsuit to protect Revolution Wind because he believes in some way Revolution Wind is going to spin those turbines to push that smoke in the opposite direction. I have no clue where this guy is. He was at a press conference today talking about voting integrity today and nowhere to be signed. This guy is at you 100% right. Where it counts, this guy is absent.
Absolutely. He goes after the soft spots and the easy political ways to increase his popularity, getting ready to run for Senate.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, might be. But I'll tell you, there's also another culprit in this, John. The other culprit is that it's not so much that William Tong runs to any camera that will cover him. It's that the cameras will always run to cover him as well. If he puts out a press release that he has got something to say, they ran their behinds downtown so he can talk about people who have problems canceling their online subscriptions. That was a headline.
That's amazing.
I know. It's again, completely baffling. As if we don't have anything else going on in the state of Connecticut. We've got P-card abuse. We've got an election coming up. We've got one candidate is talking about abolishing the police. We don't have enough to cover out here?
Clearly not. All right, sir. You
Thank
have
you.
a good evening. Thank you
too.
for taking my call.
My pleasure,
and let's
sir.
see if he can get a class action suit against Canada for the people of Connecticut.
Absolutely right. Thank you, buddy.
I know.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen as far as going after Canada. They're allies of his. You know? Somebody just dropped a cigarette in the bathroom. Yes. That smoke, no, that's good for you. That's good for you. The guy will the class action lawsuit against anyone. He's so right. Ugh, poor unfortunate knucklehead. That poor guy. Speaking of P cards, you guys heard the story from WFSB that the former Hartford treasurer Carmen Sierra used her city issued P card for more than $23,000 in travel in over 3 years. Now, I'm not going to say that's a lot of money. However, it is suspect where she went. It looks like the destinations included Key West, Pebble Beach, and Mexico City, which a lot of people are asking, these are quite nice places. Now, mind you, I would never go to any of those with the exception of Pebble Beach, just so I can, maybe see a golf tournament or two. Key West, I'm not going to because it's a swamp. I don't care what anybody says. It is a damn swamp, an absolute swamp. If you're wondering, to recap earlier today at the opening of the show, I was telling you that the Democrat Party has to stop pretending that they are not the fathers of the DSA and the communist movement. They gave birth to these people. They ginned them up. They told them that life was unfair. They told them that the rich and the wealthy were stealing from them. This isn't something that was invented when Bernie Sanders came around. And no, this has always been the case. I grew up with this crowd in the, 90s. There were people who were trying to break up the Democrat Party even back then. Communists have been amongst us for eons. Hell, they infiltrated the civil rights movement badly. So they've always been here, and they've always been a part of the Democrat movement. Democrats have embraced them because the Democrats only care about power. They don't care how they get it. They don't care who they take it from or who they use to get the power. They are an unscrupulous bunch. And I'm talking about the power folks. You may be a Democrat out there saying, not me, Reese. Yeah, I'm not talking about you. We're talking about the people you vote for, the ones that you call lesser of two evils, I say with quotations. Lesser of two evils. And when you ask, by the way, when someone tells you that, ask the person to compare the evils. And whenever they say something, it's like, yeah, is it as evil as mutilating little kids who think that they're a different gender? Is it that evil? I mean, Dr. Moreau kind of stuff. Is that evil? Is that just what about, men with appendages, male parts inside women's locker room? What's the greater evil than that? What are Republicans pushing? That's greater than that evil right there. Are you for that? The lesser of two evils. They never can answer. Michael A. says, I like the travel. Where can I get a P card? Everybody wants a P card now. If you're out there and you have a P card and you just please use it wisely. Just use it wisely. Absolutely. And it got control. Yeah, they don't know what to do about it. I say this about Democrats. They have no idea what to do when they get control. They just want it. That's all. They just want the control. Beckman says, Trump just imposed 50% tariffs on some Canadian goods. Take that, Tom. Well, what are you going to do? All right, so the World Cup is over. We get back to baseball, maybe? Boston Red Sox looking pretty good. I hope they don't blow. They're looking really good. I'm feeling it this year. I'm feeling it. All right, like I said, don't forget tomorrow we'll have Samantha on the program. We're going to talk about Aaron's Law. We're going to also reach out to some legislators, if we haven't already, to get a response to Aaron's Law because of what Samantha's trying to do to get an anti-grooming law out there. Technically, this law is supposed to be that. So we'll talk to her about that and see if we can get some words from some legislators, and also included the deputy pro tempore who was the initiator of this legislation back in 2015. So we'll talk to, or at least we can get a quote from them as well. So stand by for that. As I always say, radio is free. We thank you for paying attention. Remember to keep JC in your hearts and in your mind. Sean Patrick, we love you and we miss you. Remember that panic is not planning. So plan your work and work your plan. Me, I'm Reese on the radio. You have a good night, pleasant tomorrow. We'll see you back here mañana at 2 p.m. Mark Christopher is getting you home. He's in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. Good night, sir.
Good night, Reese. Thank you. If you're traveling 84 eastbound, look out for an accident about a mile before 46 Sisson Avenue on the West Hartford line involving a tractor-trailer. Right lane is blocked there. So you're going to see delays back to exit 44 behind that. Then we have a second problem.